H2O.
I'm parched. I know that we're gonna have to hydrate today. This is a
First
marathon.
question is: do you know what that bird is? Do you know what that sign is?
Swan or a goose?
It's a goose, but it's a sign for like the best store in the world. I thought you would know it by now.
The best store. Oh, is that yours?
It's a wawa. You never heard of wawa before?
Oh, Wawa. So the only time I've been to Wawa was actually in Orlando when I was dating Gabby because we don't have them in Minnesota. But Wawas are the truth.
Yeah,
I am
that's
pro
the Wawa logo. You don't know.
All right. Well, to be fair, it's been 5 years since I've been to a Wawa. I was paying attention to their like automatic sandwich maker, not their water logo.
Yeah, that automatic sandwich maker is the truth, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Do you have anything like that? Comparable?
We've got some higher quality gas stations, but I think Wawa blows them out of the water.
Thank you. I'm glad.
And we need a Publix. Do you have Publix?
No, that's only a Florida thing, I think.
Well, no, they're in Tennessee, but and I think in Georgia too. But it's mostly south, like true south.
Yeah, I dated a girl in Florida, and there was like 10 around her house.
Oh yeah,
in like a 2-mile radius. So it was crazy.
Dude, the pub subs.
Yeah,
I would go there over any other sandwich place.
I should introduce you to the first, right? So I'm just talking about Wawa right away, but
I mean, either way, I got to get on your stream too, so I can see the comments.
So
see if we got any D-gens in here.
So far, no one's asking who this guy is, so I don't think they care about you at all.
Perfect. That's how I want to be.
What's going on, Junk Monkey? What's happening, Melanie? Death Valley Finds, Christopher L. Abby. By the way, Abby got me this shirt today. Can you?
Ooh, nice. Heck yes. When in doubt, part it out. That was one of my first things I learned from you.
There we
watching
go.
Your videos.
Learn it from me. Me, right? There we go. Just make sure.
I learned a lot.
Yeah, you're welcome. I also learned how to spend too much money on Pokemon cards from you. So.
Yeah, I've definitely spent quite a bit myself. So it's fun. It's better than, I don't know, doing drugs probably.
This guy has the best name, by the way, over here. If you see it.
Fart Sack Jack. Wow, that's amazing.
Kind of hard to beat that name. I'm not gonna lie.
That's awesome.
What's up, Christy? Bucky's. You ever been to a Bucky's, Nate?
What's a Bucky's? No.
Bucky's is like a convenience store combined with a Walmart.
Interesting.
They only have them like down south as well, but they're crazy. It has a beaver as the mascot, and it's like a cult following. People love that beaver. I'm just saying.
I'll have to check it out next time I'm in that area.
Breaking the language barrier. What's going on? What's up, James? Hey, Angie. Hey, William. Flipping goodies. What's up, Mike? Anyways, we're here with this guy called Nalter.
I call him Nalter. That's me. Hey, everybody. I'm Nalter.
Is that your real name?
Called Nalter. My real name is Nate. So Nalter is actually a combination of a few names. So
Walter is Walter the other
Walter, because growing up, I had one group of friends that thought I looked like Walter from Secondhand Lions, which is Haley Joel Osment as a kid. Nate, so that's where Nalter comes from. And then the third part of my name was Deeds. Nalter Deeds was my full gamer tag since 2009. Deeds being, there was another kid named Nathan Deeds or Nathan Diedrich in the area. And my friends were like, we're just going to call you that too, which is kind of stupid. But now look at this. Now look at my, it stuck with me my whole life for something that's that dumb.
I bet the other guy isn't even popular. No one even knows what the other guy is.
I mean, honestly, I feel like I need to go buy him a beer or something after he has no idea how much of a staple his name has become on the internet.
Imagine like one day he just Googles it. It's like, whoa.
Exactly.
What happened?
I know. I mean, I actually think it'd be hilarious. I mean, listen, mark my words. Someday, if he's still on this earth, I will interview him and tell him all about what his name has become.
That'd be great. What's up, JRKR? This is your neighbor right here, by the way. Nate.
Who is?
JRKR. Well, neighboring state. She lives in Wisconsin.
Oh, okay. Wisconsin's all right.
Yeah. What's up, Travis? What's up, Frank and Janelle? Yo, Jen. You know Jen. She comes to your stream sometimes.
Yeah. Jen's been on a few. What's up, Jen?
I just spent like probably $50 on her whatnot today on Pokemon cards. So
nice.
Great.
Also, hey, hold on. Where is it? Hold on.
Oh, you gonna? Is that my ornament?
Let's go. Let's get it. I
Probably
won. I was at dinner. I jumped in just to come support my dearest friend Philly Flipper, and I entered a giveaway because I said I don't want no one to enter it. I'd feel bad if no one else entered it.
Yeah, you're the only person to enter. There was like 70 entries to it.
And apparently I won it. So I now have a Cat's Meow keepsake ornament, Kitty's catamaran, sculpted by Ed Seal, that will be going up on my Christmas tree in 6 to 12 months.
You better tag me every time it goes up. I'm
100%.
get tagged in that post.
100%.
Every year. Every single
Absolutely.
year. 2027. I better get a tag.
Love
What's
it.
up, Dan? What's up, Baxter? Hey, Caffey. William Kiesling, middle of nowhere, Oklahoma here. There we go. It's a good place to be, I guess. So, Nalter Deeds. First of all, I got to ask you. I feel like people want to. That's probably the question people know. How does it feel to go from whatever? What'd you have before the year in review video?
So I'm looking at your channel right now. I was probably within 200 subscribers of where Philly Flipper Live is at right now. I was at like either between 1,400 or 1,600, somewhere in there. And then within 24 hours hit 100,000, and then within a week I think it topped off at like 138, 140.
And you don't know what's happening at first, right? You didn't see the
Oh
video?
God, no. Yeah, you want me to tell the full story?
Yes, please. Go ahead.
All right, so I have been on YouTube in various capacities since 2006, 2007. Started off as like a dumb kid just making really stupid videos with my friends on the Sony Handycam, and then I bet you've probably found one of those at a garage sale before.
That's a good resellable item right there.
I'm sure it is. And then in high school, I got really, really, really into Call of Duty, and so I was really into the YouTube Call of Duty scene right when it was kind of blowing up. And I don't know if anybody here is familiar with it, but kind of like the Optic and FaZe Clan and whatever. So if you know, you know. If you're not, it's just kind of the
Optic Hex is my boy.
Exactly, yeah. And so I don't know if I've told you this, but I actually have talked with Optic Hex back in the day.
Really?
He's the one that helped me. I'm friends with him on Skype. I don't know if I still am, but up until a few years ago I was, and he actually helped me with my original render settings.
Dang, look at that.
So claim to fame there. And I had a mild amount of success like in high school, like not like crazy, but I had a few videos pop off. Like I had one that has like 250,000 views and another one that has like 40 or 60. Got a shout out from Gold Glove, which again, I don't know if you're familiar with that scene at all, but he's in a commercial, I think with State Farm on TV with like, I think he's the one with Cat actually. If have you seen that?
Carl Anthony Towns Cat?
Yeah. They play it during the NBA playoffs, but anyway, he gave me a shout out on his channel and whatever. So, I had like, that's how I got like 1,600 subs. And then I stopped doing YouTube for 10 years. So I wanted to focus on school. I wanted to be a doctor at the time. That didn't work. So, probably was a stupid decision, but we all have our journeys.
Yes.
And then during COVID, I was bored and my friends were getting back into cards. A lot of people were getting back into like opening packs of sports, Pokemon and all of that. So I started doing stuff on Twitch and then uploading highlights to YouTube. Just because, I'm like, might as well. If something pops off someday, great. Little did I know. So that's it. The life lesson here is shoot for your dreams, even if it seems dumb, because I was basically just posting highlights of like, I pulled this really cool Joe Burrow card and I pulled, whatever. And then January 1st rolls around. That was probably October, November is when I got started again. I had like 4 or 5 videos uploaded. January 1st rolls around. I wake. It was like 3 p.m. I get a text from my niece, who's like probably 14, 15, and is like, "Hey, you got to shout out, like all caps, like you got to shout out from MrBeast." And like I know who he is, but like basically, like I don't even know if I was subscribed to him at the time. Like I wasn't watching all of his videos.
Yeah.
And I looked at my phone and I went to my channel and I remember I was at 1,400 subs, and then I looked and I was at 8,000, and I'd refresh and I was at 9,000, and I'd refresh and it was 14,000. And this was within 8 minutes of the video going live, and it was roughly a 6 or 7 minute long video. So it was like right as people were.
That is crazy.
Yeah, the shout out was at the end of the video.
Yeah.
So
because I remember he did like 3 in the middle, 3 channels, and then he did yours at the end, right? Yours like the last one. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. That's crazy.
So, it was, like I said, we hit 100,000 subs within 24 hours. And that was crazy. So
at first you thought it was a good thing, right? Obviously.
Yeah. And, I think that all things considered, it is a good thing. I wouldn't be talking to you right now if it hadn't happened. Like there's, plenty of, my community about as well as I do. Being an avid supporter of the streams. Thank you very much.
That's right.
You're welcome. And all those people I wouldn't have met. I wouldn't, and I think to allude to the people watching as far as why you would say that is that with a shout out like that, everyone is kind of subscribing as part of a movement, not because of the content. And at the time, it wasn't like I was like, balls to the walls, let's go YouTube. Like I'm going to be a YouTuber. It was like, I'm working a pretty intensive full-time job. I'm newly married. I've got a dog with medical needs. Like I'm opening cards on the weekends for fun, like not really trying to make this a career. And so when that happened, all of a sudden it was like, holy cow, like I feel like I need to do this. So it was just kind of like a weird, like as time would go on, I had 140,000 subscribers and I had a video that hit like 30,000 views. The first couple, like my reaction video, I think has like 250,000 views. And then after that, it was like, 30,000, 20,000, and then 15. And then it was, I'm at 5. And then eventually it was like, I had uploaded one video that was actually me going through somebody's vintage Pokemon collection of probably like 50 or 60 grand worth of stuff. And that video only got 700 views.
Wow.
Within a week. And so I was like, you know what? I don't really have an action plan for this channel. Like I don't want to blame the algorithm for YouTube. Like there's certainly things that, I'm just not good at. So I feel like I'm almost like wasting this opportunity, uploading to an audience that doesn't really care for the content I want to put out. So that's why I went ahead and started Nalter Cards, a separate channel, which, has way less subscribers, but I'm averaging, actually more viewers now than I was back then with way more subscribers. So it was definitely an interesting life lesson.
Yeah, and I feel like you said like the only videos that did like kind of popped off are the one where you mentioned MrBeast or something of MrBeast burger, but that's not the content you want to create. So you kind of were just like pigeonholed into either you either do this or you're gonna be failing, right? So
and that's it. I almost like I kind of stopped uploading to that channel like as of like October. I quit my job because of Nalter Cards, not because of what Nalter Deeds was doing, but because my small business of ripping and shipping. And I guess I should elaborate for those that aren't familiar with that, but more or less, people buy packs of cards on my website. Like I've got a bunch right here that are sealed. You buy them. I have another camera with right in front of me. I open the packs to reveal what's in them, and then I ship you the cards that are in them. So for a lot of people that might not make sense, but I've likened it to kind of like it's almost like going to a restaurant versus cooking at home. You're not doing it because it's the cheapest option. You're not doing it because it's the most sound option as far as I guess financially. But you're doing it for entertainment. You're doing it for convenience, and so it's a really fun time. Whether or not you're really into cards, there's a lot of people that have gotten into it because of that, just because it's entertaining.
I was one of them.
Philly's one of them. So
it's also like we'll get into cards later, but I would also compare it to like kind of like watching a show too, because if you pull a hit, the whole chat's reacting to the hit. Like everyone's like lit up by it, which is if you're opening pack by yourself, you get a hit and you're the only one that sees it, you're excited. But it's so much more, I guess, lit in a way. Where you're doing it as a bunch of people are watching, so that's also I would say worth more.
Yep. And I'm seeing some of the I don't know if you want me to explain who MrBeast is.
Yeah.
So MrBeast, I know that if you ask anybody that's like probably 25 or under, like MrBeast is the biggest thing on YouTube. Like he's about to hit 100 million subscribers. I think he's at, I haven't checked recently, I think he's at least at 90 million. When he gave me the shout out in January 2021, he was just about to hit 50.
Yeah, he's at 95.5, right?
He's at 95.5. So he's literally like 5 million away from hitting 100 million. And he's only been on YouTube for less than 5 years, like seriously doing it for 3.
Yeah. Because the first 2 years were just him, like, again, doing like Call of Duty content like you did. That was the first, like, probably 2 or 3 years. Yeah.
Yep. And then just doing crazy
Jen
things.
Sharing your Nalter Deeds channel. There you go.
Hey, there it is. Thank you, Jen.
Get some subs to that one.
That's a great mod right there. So it's anyway, he's the king of YouTube as far as just, I mean, no one has grown and as fast as him. No one is putting out the quality, consistency, and he's got over 100 employees across like 16
and
channels
that's just
now.
like his one channel. I'm gonna say he has MrBeast Gaming, which is huge. MrBeast Reacts. I heard him on Rogan a couple weeks ago when he was on Rogan.
Yeah, I listened to that whole podcast.
Apparently, one of the fastest ones, like MrBeast Espanol, is like growing super fast now.
Well, so and it's genius. I mean, like honestly, anybody that's of that size, it's genius because you put, however much money they're putting into these videos, $500,000, $1 million, you spend probably 30, 40 grand to dub it over into another language and you double your audience size. So it's like, it's a no brainer.
Yeah. When I heard that, I was like, wow, that's insane. Like that's such a smart idea. He's a smart, and he's like, what, like 23?
He's younger than me. I mean, I'm 20. I'm about to be 28. I think he's 25.
Yeah, insane. Yeah, Beast Philanthropy. Okay, it's another one where like he gives back on that channel. Yeah, he has like insane amount of channels and all of them successful. It's crazy.
He's as of right now he can do no wrong. And I guess for those that don't know, he started off doing just like crazy stuff. Like he literally had like a 10-hour stream where he just read the dictionary for 10 hours, and then like he counted to 100,000 for 10 hours or 12 hours, whatever, how long it took. So it started out with that, and he didn't. And one of the most inspirational things that I've taken from him is that he did not use anything to film or edit but his iPhone like 4 until he was up to like 300,000 subscribers. And so like there's like no excuse for any of us to like not just get out there. And like obviously the landscape has changed, but it's evolved into now he does stuff that's like, eating $100,000 hot dog at a whatever, or like last person, one of his best, kind of case studies, the last person to take their hand off this car wins a Lamborghini is like kind of the content he does.
Or like last person to leave the circle wins $1 million. So like a bunch of stuff like that. He hasn't posted in a while now, right? I haven't seen a video from him in a minute. I don't know.
I don't know what
there's a reason for it.
I follow him on Twitter, and it seems like he's had a few like he's a perfectionist where if he does like he films the whole thing, edits the whole thing. If he doesn't feel like it's going to boom, he's not going to post it, and he'll lose $500,000 doing a video and then not post it because he doesn't want it to reflect his body of work if it's not up to his standard.
Only use the phone. That's right, James.
I mean, seriously, your phone now is more powerful than any camera that was out 20 years ago for the most part. So you definitely don't need more than that to get started, and certainly to have some level.
This guy right here, Nate. So he lives in Missouri.
Okay, what's up, Missouri?
So I would say I'm relatively successful as a reseller, and I have like 6,000 listings on eBay. Right, this guy right here, I think he has like 35,000 listings on eBay.
Oh wow, that's wild.
All he does is just eat, live, breathe eBay, and on top of that, he makes about 2 videos a day with what he sells because he sells so much he can't put it into one video. He has to do a morning and an afternoon video.
Wow, I'm gonna have to check that out. That's awesome. Yeah. Congrats to you. That's an accomplishment.
Dude's a monster. And I think he drives like a Porsche now that was paid by eBay and like all of that. So you might blow up for that, James. You never know. You never know what people are into. That's for sure.
Yep. Love it.
Thank you. Another mod dropping your channel. Look all these people showing you love, man.
Y'all know what you're doing. Appreciate it. Love it.
You're welcome, Kathy.
Did you find me from MrBeast, or how'd we get in touch?
Yeah.
Nice.
I subbed to all the people that he told me to sub to. I unsubbed from everyone but you because I don't like their content.
Well, they've actually stopped for the most part. Yeah, I mean, like you could say
like a German guitar guy or something like that, right? I remember him, and then there's like 2 sisters or something.
Yep, 2 sisters in Australia, and then he was a German music YouTuber. So
yeah,
it definitely was a double-edged sword because of just the crash after the initial hype. If you weren't expecting it, it feels like you're failing YouTube, which more or less,
which is like, probably has to be pretty bad for your mental health. Like I mean,
for sure.
I've been in a couple of slumps where I had like a couple of 10s in a row, and it's kind of sad. I just can't imagine like posting the video and losing like 1,000 subscribers.
And that's the other thing too. Is I forgot to even mention that. Every time I would post, I would lose subscribers. I gain more subscribers by not posting on that channel, which is a very short-sighted mindset, obviously. And I'm not done with that channel. I'm that channel's on pause until I have the game plan of like, this is who I am. This is the content I want to make. That's not card specific. If I'm going to do something like that, it's going to be a little bit more general, because cards it's good because it's so niche that like people know exactly what I'm about and like exactly why you should subscribe. But it's almost, I don't want to say too niche to succeed on a channel that happened to me, but I almost just feel like I'm better off starting from zero, which is what I did.
Yeah, well, I figured also taking a break would probably help with that too, right?
Yeah,
I checked today. You still have 141,000. So
yeah,
not everyone unsubscribed.
no, and I mean, let me check my numbers. I don't even know. I'm still getting probably. Let's see. How many views do you? Let's play a game. I haven't uploaded since October. How many views do you think I've had in the last 30 days?
Hopefully less than me. It'd be pretty sad.
But here's the thing. I'm still gaining subs. Actually, I've lost 100 in the last 30 days. So this is the first time since the shout out that in 30 days I've lost subs without posting, and I actually think that might be because YouTube is sweeping bot accounts. Because I don't know if you get those notifications every once in a while that they're like sweeping out bot accounts, and so you're probably going to lose a few subs here and there.
I do get those notifications. All right, so I'm guessing how many views? 50,000.
Not 50,000.
Okay.
No.
Oh, I said 50, not even 15. Less than 15,000?
Yeah.
Ooh, 5,000.
More than that. We're at 7.7 thousand, which
is what, like $70, right?
$42.
So because you have a smaller RPM than resellers.
Probably. I mean, like, again,
because
like my channel, if you look at my videos, my last 10 uploads, like every video is something different. So like no synergy, no, like, and like people, I don't blame people for unsubscribing or not, because I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing on that channel. Like I tried to do challenges, I tried to do a few things, I did something for Team C's, and like there's been some good success, but like you said earlier, like pretty much anything that did well had MrBeast like in the title.
How did the one where you said like he killed your channel? How did that one do? That one perform?
That one was my best performing video since. It's the only one that I would say did extremely well since the actual shout out, which that one has 57,000 views.
Yeah, I figured that one caught my attention. I was like, whoa.
I spent a lot of time on that. A lot of time on the thumbnail. Thumbnails are king. I've spent probably more hours studying thumbnails than I have uploading actual content in the past like 6 months. Like, because most of what I do right now is not uploads, it's streams. So like that's actually something that I'm going to be changing, and I'm actively changing right now as far as my plan for my cards channel is, I've been, since I quit my job in October, going kind of full throttle on the business side of streaming, but not as much. Streaming is really good for getting, or for maintaining is a weird word, but like maintaining your current audience. Mm-hmm. It's not good for necessarily getting new viewers and subscribers. Yeah. So I put everything into that basket because I needed to until I was established so that I could pay my bills and, take advantage of the opportunity. But now I'm in a place where I'm like, I feel like I'm good. I know where I'm at. I understand the marketplace. Also, the market's down right now with cards as a whole. So like, I also want to get out of a position right now where I'm kind of reliant on my sales, which I'm sure you can kind of relate to. If you're not actively selling, I'm sure I know you're making money on YouTube, but like
not much.
You couldn't do that. You couldn't do that, 3 months out of the year.
Yeah.
So
hey, what's up, Rachel? She's a big fan of both of us.
Hey, what's up? Is that SoCal? Is that SoCal Picker?
SoCal Picker Rachel. I thought she was just a big fan of me. She's a big fan of you too. Okay, good to know. What's up, Courtney? Courtney right here is another killer. If you want to follow Common Tags. She's a reseller, a realtor, and a hiker. And she has three channels that are all very successful.
Awesome.
And she lives in, I want to say LA. I know it's California, but I'm not sure which part of Cali. She's really, really fun. So if anybody.
Awesome.
Sub to Common Tags.
West Coast homies.
Also, everyone coming in, hello to everybody. I'm sorry I can't keep up. There's a lot of you guys in here. But thank you guys for coming. This is Nalter, Nate, and Walter Deeds.
That's me.
Mr. Deeds' his favorite movie.
Haley Joel Osment.
All right, so you had the shout out.
Yep.
And then how many months after that did you quit your full-time gig?
So shout out happened January 1st, 2021. My last day at my company was October 1st, 2021. So about 8 months, 8 months in,
Really?
or 9 months. Yeah.
I feel like it was sooner because I remember I was driving to the 500-mile yard sale, and that was like in August. And you had like a stream on the main channel where like you're saying like my first time being the first day being a full-time YouTuber. I feel like that was like maybe I feel like that was August.
I think it's October,
I
but
don't know. I could be wrong too. I
yeah.
don't know.
Listen, you've been to a lot of 500-mile garage sales lately.
No, I only been to one 500 one. I've been to
okay.
other
The other ones
100
were
and 200
400.
and 300 or whatever, but I've never been to the 500 one. That was because I remember you kept me entertained the whole time because you were playing like GeoGuessr and stuff and all.
Yeah, and I had my suit. I put a suit on with a green screen of an office behind me. Honestly, I should do that more often. That was a lot of fun.
That was a fun stream. I was driving for like 8 hours and you were there the whole time, so I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
That was. I feel like I didn't pay enough for that.
Appreciate it. Well, you know what? You've paid me for to change your name in my Shopify to Big Sexy.
Which is true.
So I think we're even now.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. And now, what did you do for your full-time job?
So prior to making the jump over to doing my business in YouTube full-time, I worked for an advertising agency for 5 years, almost 5.5 years, since I graduated college in 2016. So I actually have a degree in economics. I tried to interview at Best Buy and Target because they're both local to Minneapolis. Business analyst type roles, wasn't getting anything. So I said, screw it. I've always thought about, being in an agency. That would be cool. I watched Entourage and I'm like, you know what? Ari Gold's pretty dope. I either want to be Ari Gold or I want to be Adrian Grenier. So no, I'm just kind of kidding. But I was like, you know what? That was kind of the spark of like, it would just be interesting to me. So I was looking at agency jobs because Minneapolis is actually one of the top cities for agencies in the country. And I found one where somebody I went to high school with, 2 years older than me, was working there and looking to hire an intern. So got an unpaid creative internship, did that for a few months, got hired on full time, started with the company at 7 employees. And by the time I left, it was up to 40.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, it was a ride.
Pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was awesome being a part of it. And honestly, like that's kind of what I love so much about it is kind of the grind of a startup kind of type culture. And it's exhausting. It was really, really, really tough to do YouTube and that full time, just because the hours for it were not normal hours, even though it's a traditional job.
Yeah. So what did you do there? What was your job?
So it started. I kind of, the joke was that I worked in every agency or every department of the agency, which is 90% true. The only department I didn't work in was the one I was most qualified for from my degree, which was finance. So I never touched finance, but I started in creative, basically helping out with I was self-taught in graphic design and some video stuff. Then I kind of moved over from that to social media management, organic, and a little bit of paid stuff. And then I wanted to do more than that. Like I felt like there was kind of a cap, at least in that situation. So I actually got an opportunity to be more of like an account executive, handling clients that were like my clients. And then that eventually evolved into being more of kind of like an overseer of strategy and reporting for the entire agency. Clients working from a lot of real estate, med tech. We were the agency of record for the NCAA Final Four in Minneapolis. So I got to work on that. And I got to go to all the games. I'm trying to think of any other fun ones that would be like a good, the ones that you would know. Like I'm like Philly base. I don't know. There probably is one.
That wasn't you though.
What's that?
Let me talk like your 5. Let me figure out the ones you would understand.
Well, no, I just mean that we worked with. I would fly across the country for to meet with a realtor in San Diego or in Nashville or whatever. So I was trying to think if there was any that were based in near you, but I can't think of any off the top of my head. So that's what I was doing by the time. And then I just kind of got given the MrBeast opportunity, and I'm like, it feels like a second chance at something that I felt like I gave up on in high school.
Yeah.
Plus, I had been there for 5 years. I was kind of a little bit burnt out, to be honest. I feel like I was kind of just doing what I was doing because I liked the people and why am I still doing this? Couldn't really answer that question other than I like the people and it's paying me. So I I didn't want to lose this opportunity, especially knowing that my wife, who's in veterinary school, in a year from now, she will then be a full-time veterinarian. So we'll have a stable income there, and I can continue to grind out my creative ventures.
She's gonna be a sugar mama.
Absolutely, 100%. I just hope I get a credit line for Pokemon cards and Philly's eBay listings.
There we go. Can you share like ballpark how much you were making when you left?
How much I was making before?
Yeah.
My last year was my best year yet, and I hit 6 figures before I left the agency. So
and you left that,
and I left 3 months with the year to go. So
dang,
it was not an easy decision.
That is a tough choice, man.
You got one life to live. I can always go back.
Yeah,
but I had enough money saved to get things going on this, and here we are.
Because a lot of people ask me about like reselling because I left. I quit my moving business to do this, and I was probably making probably 6 figures on that as well. And people also thought I was like crazy for doing that, but it was like I said, it's more than just a financial reason, just more of like a stability of mind thing and like a mental health thing as well. And you said you got burned out, and at some point, 6 figures are 6 figures, but
yeah, and honestly, with inflation and gas prices right now, 6 figures is the new 5 figures. So no, I'm kidding, but you know what I mean. So that's what it was. And like in some ways, everything looked good, and I liked the company, I liked the people, but like it wasn't like, why again, what's purpose driven? Why am I doing this? I've always been someone that has wanted to kind of do my own thing. It was just kind of a matter of time. Like in high school, I think my Instagram bio is still this, but I used to actually sell donuts out of my locker in high school.
Oh, you're a reseller too. Look at it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I've been flipping things my whole life. It's supply and demand, baby. So I did that. I started a t-shirt company fresh out of high school. I did that. I started a sports blog. I wrote 3 posts and then quit that. It's called Go Sports Inc. My pride and joy article was me saying that if this was before we got Karl Anthony Towns, this was if we had not won the lottery yet. So I said, if we don't win the lottery and we get 2, we should take D'Lo instead of Jahlil Okafor, which was definitely
that was
right.
There we go. You're like a prophet. You're like a sports prophet. Yeah, I was somebody. I had a fantasy football podcast that lasted about 2 episodes before I quit myself. So
I mean,
I listen, know all about
if
that.
You have it in you, it's like you want to go do like. It's just I've always had that. I get my energy from like creative ventures, and like I know that like the way that I see it, like you can do whatever you want. Like you just it might take a year, it might take 10 years. Like you just have to like get a little bit better every single day. It's like with YouTube. It's like you can go in, look at your analytics, see, oh, well, my thumbnail sucked, or oh, my retention fell off at this point. And like if you just do that, you eventually just start to get to know it better. Exactly. And so yeah, it's I don't know. I love the game of YouTube. I love and I haven't played in this arena again that much lately because I've been streaming more than I've been uploading. But the game of like kind of putting all these pieces together, that's what wakes me up in the morning.
So Nate, if you want trainers' energies, they got you.
All right, heck yes. I'll listen. I'll turn them into something. Maybe I'll turn them into like a wallpaper or like a table or something.
Beedrills. I don't like. What is that coming from, Rachel? I don't like Beedrill at all.
Listen, I have some. Hold on. I was going to show you something. I got to find it. Keep talking. I'm going to find something I have for you.
You got some Farfetch for me?
I do. An old one.
What's up, William?
How you doing? Old one. What's up, Roman? I have to find it though.
Oh,
it might take me a minute.
I like that. Better send it with my. I don't think I paid you for shipping yet for my stack, right?
I don't even remember anymore.
For a while.
Yeah, who knows? I think you paid not that long. I think I might have like one order for you.
Check goes. Whatever. My first marriage is for love.
Find it another time.
If their second wife, she'll be rich and probably blind.
Everyone, my wife. If you want my takeaway advice, is go get a sugar mama. You're welcome.
Chuck is also near next door neighbor, also Wisconsin.
Oh, nice. Let's go. Midwest.
He lives around Madison.
Nice. Area. So fun fact for everybody here. I'm going to a T-Pain concert in Milwaukee, second week of June. It's the last leg of his Wisconsin tour, and he's ending it in Wisconsin. So I'm very excited for that.
Sounds like I didn't know T-Pain still toured, to be honest. So thank you for
He was a
for
baller.
hitting me
You know
with
he
that
streams
fact.
on Twitch.
No, I heard him sing without autotune once, and I was like, "Holy moly, he sings way
Mhm.
better without autotune." I don't know why he uses autotune.
Yeah, no, he's actually really talented. I'm excited for that.
Oh, and Jen's from Green Bay. See, there you go.
Oh, nice.
I don't see
Very
anyone from
nice.
Minnesota yet. So, have you been in Minnesota your whole life? You're native Minnesotian.
Minnesotan my whole life, which means I've always been a depressed sports fan.
You're probably just a depressed person in general. Just the weather and the sports.
Yeah, seasonal depression is very real. If we didn't get sun like 2 weeks ago, I was about ready to move. So no, it's yeah, I've been here my whole life. Grew up outside like southwest suburbs of Minneapolis. So always kind of like in this general area. I went to school in St. Paul, which is the capital, kind of on the other side. It's funny because if I don't know if you knew this, but Minneapolis and St. Paul, you kind of can only support one. It's like our version of like the what is it, the Jets and the Sharks.
What do you mean? Like, does one support one city? How do you
Yeah, so
support a
Minneapolis
city?
is kind of like the modern day, like gentrified, everything's shiny and like, you know, not fancy restaurants, but like modern day, like glass, whatever. And St. Paul is like old Catholic, Irish roots, like blue collar. And so like it's just funny how different the two cities are. And so like you have to be one or the other. Otherwise you're just kind of in the middle.
I got to read this real quick, right? So Jen goes, not a Vikings fan, I hope. Then Kathy goes, Vikings have fans? Question mark.
Oh dang! Dang. Well, believe it or not,
coming at your heart, man.
I will say I'm first and foremost a basketball fan. I have decided if I'm going to get my heart torn out by one team every year, it's going to be my favorite sport and my favorite team. But I've been a Vikings fan my whole life. But like, if I'm not, I literally made the conscious decision to stop paying as much attention, so I would stop being so like angry one day out of the week every week for 3-4 months.
Smart move. It's a smart move by you.
Yeah,
it's a dollar bills. Grew up in North Dakota. And they cheer for Minnesota there. Yes.
A lot of Dakotas and Iowa usually, I don't know, kind of come to the Minnesota side of things, but we'll win something someday, maybe.
And you made your wife Gabby move from the beautiful state of Florida to join you in your misery.
Yep, and that's how you know I'm a good salesman. Because I don't know, as of recent, like I said, we had a really like tough winter. I feel like it just like there was so much snow, it was so cold, and like just dragged on for so long. So I was about ready to move.
It's crazy. I have a friend who lives in Denver. His name is Jimmy. He wasn't here yet. All school flips. He posted on his story today. It was snowing in Denver today.
Denver's weird, and a lot of people from Minneapolis moved to Denver. Yeah, because Denver is very similar to Minneapolis in a lot of ways, except it's got way cooler they actually have mountains. We don't have mountains. We have like hills. But they don't get as cold, but they get as much snow, if not more.
That was crazy. It's 96 here tomorrow, and he's gonna have snow.
Yeah, what is it right now? We had a 90-degree day like 2 weeks after a 30-degree day.
Yeah, it sounds like the whole country right now, man. They don't know what's going on.
50,
What's up, Sonny?
57 right now.
That's good. I can do 57.
Yeah, I'll take it.
That's shorts weather.
Yeah, no, it is. Seriously. The first time it hits 35 degrees in Minnesota, we're all repping shorts.
As you should.
Yeah.
I used to usher at my church with Fran Tarkenton. Oh.
What? That's awesome.
That's a
awesome.
Vikings OG right there.
Yeah, he is one of the OGs. That's when they were actually playing in Super Bowls. Not that they won one, but they at least got there.
I saw the Frank rookie card a couple weeks ago.
Really?
Yeah. Well, it doesn't go for that much, but it was there.
It's all right.
So Sunny's in Vegas. Yesterday was 102. Today 76.
Yeah, I'm heading down to Dallas, Fort Worth next weekend for Collecticon. So my Texas people have been telling me it's get ready for that 100 degree weather.
There's actually a lot of resellers this weekend around you. You know that? A lot of them went
because was this the weekend? Or because I sent you that thing that we had a
They're not here for that sale.
Oh,
they're there for VCon. Apparently, there's VCon this weekend, that's right. Minneapolis. Yep. Yeah, so I know at least like 3 or 4 that are there for that. So
yeah, no, I forgot that was this weekend. Just because, honestly, been a really really busy couple of weeks. So
I'm surprised you don't have any V friends and you didn't go. You would think.
It's all right. I got all my money in Pokemon cards right now. I can't afford V friends.
All right, so let's talk about that, right?
Yeah.
When you decide to go all in, right, and you say I'm gonna stream, how much like did you spend your first like big bulk purchase of cards?
That's a good question. Because I
Because
actually,
I don't think people that are watching understand how much money is involved
oh
to
yeah,
to
no,
do this full time.
and I haven't even like I'm comfortable talking about it, but I haven't really talked like full numbers, about like like last year, because like November and December were insane with like the sets that were coming out. Obviously the economy is doing well, and on top of that, it's going into holiday season. So I just think that it was just kind of like the perfect storm of just like
And that's when
I
celebrations came out too, right?
and
And
celebrations,
a
yeah,
bunch of people
exactly. And then
came
Evolving
back
Skies
for
was
that.
still out, so like that was
Yeah.
the best set of the year. So like I I mean, if Rachel knows, there was 2 months I was streaming 3 times a week. I would go live at 6 p.m. And even in the middle of the week, some of them would go until 2 in the morning. And then on Fridays, it would go until like sometimes it was like 4 in the morning, and like literally ripping packs like as fast as I could, like while still remaining like entertaining. Like some streamers get to a point where they just start ripping like, and like there's just
Yeah.
no entertainment value. I will never be that, because I don't like that. Like I see myself as an entertainer, and so like if I'm not providing that value, then just buy the cards or buy the packs yourself. But
Yeah.
yeah, so it's, I mean, when I first started out, because when I first got the shout out and was making videos and all that, I wasn't selling anything. I was just opening
It was
my
just
own stuff.
all your personal stuff. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think in February it was right after Shining Fates came out, and it was Pokemon Day. I did a 12-hour stream, and I put up my website, and I took you basically put money from my personal money. Like I think I had a business at that time, as far as like my LLC, but like it's the first time I'd actually put any money into it. Before that, it was just like my first couple of YouTube checks. And so I bought, probably like $1,000 or $1,500 worth of packs, cart sets, whatever. And I was surprised. I was like, oh, maybe we'll sell a fourth of it, and I'll have to play like, video games or, watch Logan Paul later in the day. Like, I'd have to make stuff up. I was surprised. I literally sold, I think, everything or close to everything on that stream. And to the point where I had to like cancel pretty much everything else, that's where I was like, huh, okay.
There's something here. Yeah.
There's something here. So it just kind of grew from that. And like, it was like, I took out a credit card, and I would buy a case of this. And then I was like, oh my gosh, I got $700 on my credit card. And then, I'd sell it all, and I make my certain percent. I try to make on everything. And, I'd be like, oh, okay. So now I can afford the 2 more, or
exactly.
And so like, it's funny because Gabby's like, where's the money? Like you're making like you're basically like, if you look at like what's coming out of the business, I'm not very successful, because literally
you're reinvesting everything back in. Right?
Every ounce of profit I made went into more inventory, because I couldn't keep up with demand, to the point where I would sell out. And it's like, well, if you're selling out with time on the clock, you're just losing money. So, yeah. So that was, I don't know. I'm still getting the hang of that in terms of just like cash flows and stuff, and just like, and it's weird because, this, like buying stuff, like you buy a set right now, you get a really good deal on it, and 3 months from now, it might be worth, 30% more. So it's like it's almost, you have to play short term and long term. Whatever I can afford to set aside and like stash in my closet for a year from now, 2 years down the road, it's like I know I'll be able to sell it for more. So, but at the same time, I need to pay bills, and I need to do others. I need to buy new sets. So like, it's a weird balance of trying to make sure it all.
Carla's Sonny's girl. She always asks him, where's the money too.
Show me the money. Which I feel bad, because like there is a lot of people that are in the community. What's up, Anthony Lopez? That's Nalter gang right there. Yeah, good to see you, man.
Second one today. Oh, she's changed her name again. So she's just SoCal Baker. There she is.
There it is.
Late nights with the DJs. That's right. Yeah. Those were fun nights, man.
But there's a lot of people that are in it just for money, and like they don't actually care about the card. Like it's really just like, the people going to Target, waiting in line, which like, as far as like to some degree, I don't have a problem with that, in terms of like, you're just buying to sell. Like obviously I'm talking with you, and like that's like what garage sales are, and like other things that you're buying, but like the counter argument is that kids couldn't buy anything, and so like it's kind of been this like this line of like, you know, I want to do what I'm doing, but I don't want it to just be about money, and I want to make sure I'm giving back, and I truly do have a passion for the art because I grew up with it, and I actually do like all these things. So just making sure I don't lose sight of that in any of this.
And you can tell also the people that do it for real and not. Some of the streamers like, oh, you pulled this guy. He's shiny. Cool.
Yeah.
Like they even have no clue who it is or anything like that. They're like, oh.
Well, and then they're like, it's this guy. Like, like they just like, you have no idea what the names are. And like, not to say that I'm perfect, but,
like if you don't know anyone from like Gen 4 through 7, I don't blame you. Like no one knows about you.
I actually that's where I stopped. It was Gen 1 through 3 is where I was collecting, and then after that I played a little bit of the games, but not as much as I played the first 3.
Yeah, I actually went to Target today and it was full.
Yeah, so things have gotten a lot better, which is good.
I guess like they also have a limit. You can only buy 2 things at a time, so I guess that helped. But they had all these boxes, all these things. I was like, holy moly! Because I used to go and it was completely empty. It was just Magic stuff and like sports cards. No one wanted. But
yeah, like stickers. Not even sports cards, just like stickers.
Yeah, it was like
yeah. Because if you want to talk about money, sports cards is a whole different ball game.
Oh yeah,
like it's like you're not paying less than $20, $30 a pack for anything that comes out this week or whatever.
Yeah.
So
yeah, and if you want to collect sports, good luck to you now because there's like a optic green, optic pink, optic rainbow of every like popular card. You're gonna lose so much money trying to collect every single one, man.
Yeah, like I like sports cards. I have some good ones, but like it's just like I don't have that same passion for it like I do with like I love sports, but to me, my brother collected sports cards. I collected Pokemon cards, so like that's kind of why I went that route.
It makes sense for sure.
And the barrier to entry is like I said, to buy into a box break for a sports something, you're paying at minimum $100 for something, and you're probably not going to get much.
Yeah, I've been in a couple of those on Whatnot where you do like random teams, and I always get like the Raiders or something, the Vikings teams no one wants.
I mean, we got Justin Jefferson. Listen, we're not a successful team, but we got some good players.
I legit did one last week. And I got the Raiders, and he pulled like a 1 out of 20 Henry Ruggs rookie card, which is worth nothing.
That is hilarious.
And I'm like, oh, great.
Yeah. No, and I had him on my dynasty football team, so I was like, all right. I've had to put out a PR statement in our Discord and say we do not condone the actions. He's been cut from our team. So
Ray has a good point right here. So.
Yeah, Charizard will never tear his ACL. That is 100%.
That is
true.
very true. Charizard will never. What? Did you hear that? But no one heard that. Just drop my mic. That was a rookie move. I apologize.
We got to get you one of these.
I did have one of those. I kept hitting my head on it.
Oh, fair enough. I mean, yeah, because you're like 9 feet tall.
Yeah, 85 feet tall. I actually had someone come into my shop today because I have like my collections in some binders, and he's like, "Aren't you worried that like the values are gonna die?" And I'm like, what is Pokemon going to do that's going to get like canceled? Like I don't think so. Like I think
no. I literally see it like it's going to follow the stock market. Like just with everything else, Pokemon is, and then obviously it will peak around like anniversary times. Like 30th anniversary is going to be huge. We just had 25th anniversary last year. But like I joke that if anybody asks me that I don't know that, what do you do for a living? I'm going to tell them that I'm the alternative director, or I'm the director of alternative investments for my company. So I'm like, even if you're not directly buying as an investment, it's still like people's interest in it are generally when you have extra money to spend. So when the economy does well and you have, this is my inner economics degree speaking, but like you have your extra money you're willing to spend on things that are, not necessary versus things get tough. The first things to get cut are going to probably be additional investments and, fun art with, Rattatas and Pikachus on it.
Ray wants to know your thoughts on Fortnite cards.
Thoughts on Fortnite cards? I have not personally dabbled that much. I actually did a little bit. I actually think I have 2 sealed packs from season 2. Should we do a box break? Should we do a pack break right now? Just give it away to somebody in here.
I don't want to devalue the Fortnite box, man. That thing could be rising in value.
Yeah. So I think it's cool because it's with Is it with Panini? I think it's with Panini.
Oh, so it's legit. If
Yeah,
it's
no,
with
it's super
Panini, yeah.
legit. So like I don't know. I just think like because kids nowadays like they still like Pokemon, but like they didn't grow up with it. It's not the same. So I think like just keeping people interested in the overall hobby of card collecting is good. Um, Pull a Peely. Oh, like is that the
I don't know what that
banana?
is.
That's the banana. I think that's the
Is
banana
that
costume.
the
There's like
chase
a
cards? So
yeah.
that the Charizard of Fortnite?
I'm pretty sure it is. It's literally a dude in a banana costume.
I remember Donna. So I met Donna online, and she found me and knew like Pokemon. Like the second day, she like FaceTimed me, and she was like, "Hey, here's my son's cards. Are they worth anything?" And she had like all like the base set hollows, besides like the Charizard. And I'm like, "What happened to that one?" He's like, probably something like at a yard sale or something." but
Yeah.
but yeah,
Unfortunately. I
she
mean,
had some. She had like almost the entire base set collection, all the hollows, all the jungles, the fossils. Like, I was like having a heart attack seeing her collection.
yeah.
She
And
it looks like she
listen, I'm
sold them
proud
all.
of you. I'm proud of you, Donna, for actually at least selling the cards. Like even my mom just threw mine away or donated them. Like I am very confident that for the few that I remember, I'm very confident that I'd be sitting on a few $1,000s worth of stuff right now if I would have kept, or if we would have kept it. But
Do you have any Zards?
yeah, I had a base set
Oh,
Zard. I don't know if it was. I don't think it was first edition. I actually have a picture of me with it. My mom gave it to me for my second. Like how was I 7? So I was born in '94, so I was around 5 when base set actually came
yeah.
out. So I was like 5, 6, or 7. My mom actually bought one from our local card store, and I have a picture of me smiling from ear to ear with it. And of course, that's gone. But yeah, so I know I had
the
that. I
card's
had
gone. The picture's still there.
and which listen, I'm actually very thankful I have that picture just so
Yeah,
that I
that's
can
cool.
have it as
Man,
proof.
that you were a fan. That you're not fake.
Yeah, I mean, it's at the very least, I don't have any of the cards, but I have proof that at one point I did.
I'd be asking, should I be slicing up with my kids' Pokemon packs and picking out the shiny ones?
Depends on if they're modern, like if they came out recently, or if you're sitting on old packs. Those packs are worth hundreds of dollars each right now. So your return on investment opening vintage packs it's going to be a net loss on average, which
Yes.
with all things. Otherwise, you could just open till the day you die.
Yeah, especially vintage packs. It's a net loss by probably like I said by like 90%.
You would have to pull the best card and have it grayed out at least at a 9, if not a 10, in order to actually make money opening packs that way. But
it's crazy.
Yeah,
but still a chance.
Mm-hmm. No, yeah, there is a chance. And honestly, for me, because I've done it before I was even selling them, I actually opened a bunch. Like, you're going to lose most of the time. Like, if you fully understand what's going on, but at the same time, it's like, what's the point, or what's the value on like reliving a core nostalgia memory from your childhood? Like it's this, you go to what's your return on investment going to a sports game? What's your return on investment going to WWE? Like going to the casino. Like when I go to the casino, like I bring $100 and I'm like, if I lose it, I played for 4 hours and I had a great time. So like some people are like, you should never open because you're going to lose. And it's like, you know what? Your brain is right. But also like,
you're not,
intrinsic value is beyond physical items. So that's my take on it.
But let's say I go to a storage unit tomorrow and I find a bunch of vintage packs. I'm not opening. No. I'm selling them to you
because even in the way that you see, like the cards, more or less, they're not getting destroyed. So like the amount of like singles there are out there of old stuff is it's limited, but not like there's plenty around. It's the sealed stuff that's so limited because once you open it, you can't really put it back. So like it's at the point now where sealed stuff is like it's worth more sealed than it would ever be opened. So like you hold on to a pack for another 5 or 10 more years, it'll probably double more in value just because there's only so many left on like the planet Earth, which is crazy to think about.
And they're not getting reprinted. But that's another thing.
Exactly.
There's mean no more base that comes out. And you watch people like I'm always still amazed. Like I watch PokeRev pretty like almost every single day, and every week he has like a vintage booster box opening. I'm like, where is he still getting this stuff? I was just
So
like, it's
I don't.
insane.
I watched most of his stuff. He in like 2017 bought an entire gaming store. Or like a
Okay.
card store. And so like he actually has a video of him like going through it, and you're seeing him buy like Team Rocket packs for like $30, like base set for like
Oh,
100.
wow.
And like that's not like, I guess it's been 5 years now, but like to think that if you would have gotten in on this 5 years ago, that you could have 25x'd your money in a lot of ways is insane.
Better than the stock market. Better than putting
And a
your
lot
money
more
in
fun. A lot more fun than that.
the
I
S&P
promise you.
500. That's
A
crazy.
couple of brokers sitting in an office yelling like Wolf of Wall Street.
What would you pay for 2 of the OG packs that are those are a few extra grams? Oh, so like I guess
heavy?
like heavy packs is mean, yeah.
So like if you're talking about like true base set, like it has Charizard, Venusaur, or Blastoise on the front, like the iconic pack. They're sealed, good condition, and you know that it's heavy. For those that don't know this, vintage packs, they stopped doing this for the most part, but older packs you could actually weigh, and with like a 80% degree of confidence, if it was over a certain weight, it would have a hollow, which is where the hits, what you're going after. So a heavy base set pack, I think, goes for like $700 a pack.
I bought how much were they when they came out in '98?
$3.
Imagine it. All of you guys that are watching, by the way, if you had kids in the '90s and you bought them some packs, you forgot maybe you'll have a couple in your attic. Go check.
Yeah, and a stockbroker or an investment advisor will tell you they'll double your money every 10 years. But how many times have you doubled your money going from $3 a pack to 200, 400, 600? Insane. And then first edition base set, they peaked during the Logan Paul days. But you can get first edition base set packs now for like 3,500, 4,000, 5,000, which is they were going for upwards of like 10 plus for a while there.
Neighbor has a whole binder full. That's a lot of them do. You got to find the ones that have a whole binder full and don't know what they have.
The toughest part, which no matter what, as long as they're in decent condition, you'll have something on your hands. But the toughest part is that back in the day, no one knew what it was going to be. Most of it was just kids playing with cards. Oh, look at this! You bring your Charizard to the sandbox, and you use it to, I don't know, wipe the sweat off your brow. And so most of the vintage stuff isn't in great condition unless you were intentionally not touching it.
Yeah.
Which for those people, like my friend Chris Anderson, he's been on a bunch of my streams. He's Snyder Rico's friend. Only reason I know Snyder Rico. But him and his dad collected when they were kids, like went to tournaments. Like he has multiple empty first edition base set booster boxes. He sold his Charizard first edition PSA 9, I think for 40 or 50 grand last year. That he pulled as like a kid, and like he had a Blastoise and a Venusaur, and then he sold a bunch of other like lower tier slabs that were still worth 1,000 to like 5,000 each.
Dang.
And so now they turned it into an investment property. So,
smart man.
So
Jennifer says her daughter has a binder of Pokemon from the '90s.
It's at least worth a look. I go into binder. I buy binders. I go into it pretty skeptical because again, if it's pretty beat up, it's scratched, there's whitening, it's bent, whatever, like there will be value. It won't be like crazy, but like if they're in good condition, like and you can get it graded, which is you send it to a company that says on a scale of 1 to 10, this is how good this condition this card is in. You get a 9 or a 10, you're playing with a couple hundred, if not a few $1,000s.
Yeah. Again, that's another thing. People like always if they know about the Pokemon craze, they also overvalue it. I've seen like a binder at a yard sale that had like beat up, I would say heavy play to damage condition cards, and they want a couple $100s each because they like, oh, it's a shiny from the '90s. I'm like, the Kangaskhan is not worth $200. I'm sorry to tell you that, but
listen, what's crazy? There is a very small amount of cards, and it's mostly stuff that came out from like 2003 to like 2007. So like that era where like the peak had dropped off.
Yeah.
Wizards of the Coast, the old company that was printing these cards, lost the contract, and Nintendo took it on direct. And then because the demand wasn't as high, the print runs were not as high.
Yeah.
So there's a very small era that it's actually way more rare than pretty much anything else.
Yeah.
And so like there's cards that like you could straight up like wipe your butt with it, and you could probably still like, I'm not even kidding you, like a 2 or a 3 goes for a few $100 out of 10. And then
we're talking about like the Emerald era, like Delta Species era.
Yeah,
or
like for instance, like
time?
EX Deoxys has a Gold Star Rayquaza. I don't know if you watched my video when I was at the Leonhardt event. Someone in the community actually has one that's not graded, and his wife like pulled it because at a tournament in like 2009 or something like that, and it's not in the best condition. It has a little bit of whitening, which is if you didn't store it away in a safe, most cards probably do. He's had multiple offers for it raw for $2,500. Like
that's for a raw card. It's crazy.
Decently beat up card. Yeah. Like it's crazy.
Yeah, my favorite's always was the E series. And those are hard to find too, because if people had them, they put them on their Game Boys and swiped, and they showed them that way too. There it is. There.
I think I'm pretty sure the card I have for you is actually E-reader. I have to.
You have a far-fetched E-reader?
I think so. Yeah. Oh, let me just keep talking.
I'm
gonna find this because I have it somewhere.
Jennifer says they never play with them, so they're probably If they never play with them, Jen, and they're in a binder, odds are they're in pretty good shape. So that's kind of the reason why Nate kind of pointed out Pokemon's so good, because anything that is meant to be collectible usually isn't. Pokemon was never meant to be collectible. So it was meant to go when you play in the playground, go when you battle with people. So the fact that there are still cards remaining in great shape or not even open, that's why the value is so high.
Yeah.
Like, for example, like Funkos behind Nalter,
they're
made to be collectible. So
yeah,
that value is not going to go up. So people are buying Funkos today. They won't be worth $1 million in a year. Like in a couple
certain
of years.
Ones, I would say certain. Like it's not going to be the one you find at
the
Target.
Limited run ones. Yeah.
It won't be the one you find at Target, but like you get like one that's like a limited number, and like you get the art or the voice actor to sign it, and there's 10 in production. You might have some money on your hands.
Really? So my 20-year-old has some cash too? Crap. Maybe I need to do. Well, yeah, Dot. If you don't have to keep the good cards, there's probably some value in there. I don't want to tell her. Just steal the binder from her, Jen, and then sell it to me. I'm the next state over. I'll go and buy. I'll trade you some jewelry for that binder, Jen. You can do that.
I can't find. I'm gonna find it for you at some point. I don't know where it is right now.
I don't think it even exists.
It does exist because I saw it and I said I'm gonna give that to Philly.
And then you never. And then one day.
Here's the thing, though. I didn't set it aside. I was organizing stuff, but I didn't set it aside. So I'll find it.
Maybe one day. I need to see if it's still at her ex's house and look myself. There we go. Well, when you find it, Jen, let me know. A guy from TikTok worked in a movie theater, and they were cleaning it during COVID, and they found a box of Mews from the 2000, like the promo cards.
No way.
Dang.
I got one right here. Look at that.
Yeah. So holy crap, he sent me some still. Dang.
Those go, so they were free. You could literally grab as many as you wanted.
Yeah.
They go for like $30 to $35 sealed right now.
Yeah.
Not bad for a free.
And like thing like they're still like $20 even open. So like, but dang, that's crazy. He is a total. My youngest person never played with him. He's total. Well, that's a good quality to have. That's for sure. That's what like sometimes you have those like back in the future moments where you wish you could go back in time and like bet on a certain game or something, or like I wish I could just go back in time and just collect sealed cases of the first edition boxes.
I think about this, but I'm trying to convince my parents to like take a reverse mortgage on their house to invest in first edition base set boxes probably would not go as well in my head. Or in actuality, as it does in my head. So that's probably a good idea. Like, Mom, you won't believe this. I'm from the future. Trust me. Trust me.
Just put these away.
I come from a place where we have Bitcoin and things.
That's another thing I probably would have done for sure. Like I would have bought Bitcoin was like a penny.
Half the people that bought Bitcoin that early don't know how to get in their wallet.
That is true. That is true. Like I heard the only people or like I do a lot of like crypto trading, but I don't have the I don't like to hold things for that long
Mhm.
because I'm always afraid of crashing. So like I was in Doge in the very beginning of it, and I
I'm still
sold
in
it
Doge.
when I got like 25x my money. I was like, oh, I'm out. And
Yeah.
then like the next day it went like 100x, and I was like, ah. So like I would have been like, even if I had like Bitcoin and like at 600, I probably would have sold it when it got to like 2,000. I don't think I would have.
And
Still
that's
held
the
it.
reality for most
Nah.
people. Like the second you get some level of money that it's not just like, oh, that's cool, but like it could actually change your life a little bit, you're probably going to sell
Yeah.
versus like, you know what, I would have been holding the whole time from the time it was 0.6 cents to 42,000. It's like, no, you wouldn't have.
No.
Like you would have stopped when you hit a million. And don't be sad that you've got a million instead of 400 million.
Yeah. Well, I heard a guy. He went to jail for 8 years, and he came out and he found his Bitcoin wallet, and he's like a multimillionaire now. Like, that's the only way I probably would have done it. It's like if I was in a coma or I was like locked up and I couldn't access my wallet, then I would have probably held it. But besides that, it was like no way.
No, I mean, I hear what you're saying. I honestly, my investment strategy is set it and forget it. Treat it as spending money and don't look at it unless you are literally at a point where you need the money.
Yeah.
Like, and that obviously you got to invest it in the right things, but like if you are spending money in, you know, the S&P 500 and mutual funds and whatever, like companies that are not going away, invest it, stop looking at it.
Yeah, that's my thing with crypto now. Is it just like I'm in just Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin, only those three, and it's just there. I even turn notifications off on my phone, so I'm not tempted to buy or sell it. I'm just like,
it's depressing.
Yeah.
Like I've had to do that too. Like honestly, like it's actually not good for people to like experience the highs and lows of like invest, because I think especially during COVID, everyone kind of got, you know, invested in Robinhood and GameStop and AMC and all that.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people that had not really done investing before like experienced it, but like also did not know what they were doing and like, you know, experiencing highs and lows and all that. It's like, yeah, if you don't lose until you sell. Is how, I don't know, kind of how I see it. So
flip coming soon.
this is not financial advice. Legally have to say that.
Pyramid scheme. There you go, guys. Go get with the National Flippers on the new coin, the new hit coin, the flip coin. Get on it.
If we had a pyramid scheme, what would we be selling?
Whew. Me and you.
Yeah, we're the co-heads of the pyramid.
Wow, that's something to do with a far-fetched for sure. But
Perfect.
I don't know. I don't even know. Just a far-fetched NFT. Can we just own all of them?
You know what? For you, I'll make one, and you can have the only one.
What's up, Ronald? Just came in the room. Do you strictly do one type of cards?
I'm assuming that's for me. I mostly focus on Pokemon just because like that was like what I collected as a kid. I actually did collect Yu-Gi-Oh, Dragon Ball Z, Digimon, probably some other stuff, but and some sports cards here and there. But just given the recent hype and availability of Pokemon, and like that's kind of where I don't know. It's just always been my favorite. I've just decided to stick with that. But I've dabbled here and MetaZoo now is actually kind of the more modern one that's started to pop off. And then I've never played the Pokemon card game. I only collected it, but I've actually only ever played Magic the Gathering. And like I have a lot of cards, but I've never looked at it from like a collection standpoint. Like it's like I actually use them to play the game. So
I only played Yu-Gi-Oh. That's the only one I played.
Yeah, I played a little bit of Yu-Gi-Oh, but never Pokemon for some reason.
Yeah, I don't even know how Pokemon works, to be honest.
I've been saying I'm going to learn one of these days. Someone's got to teach me. Except the nice thing is now they have like the online version, so like you can just jump in and like basically you can't mess up or like because it just guides you until you know what you're doing. So I'm going to do that one of these days.
Paul, do you know how to play Yu-Gi-Oh? Yes, but Pokemon no. Oh, he's going to teach us. Okay, there we go.
I'm in.
I've dealt in Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, and Belisara.
I've never heard of Belisara.
I don't know what that is.
I know that what's the other one that Weiss Schwartz is like the other big one that people are into because they collab a lot with like Marvel and like other stuff. And I don't really have a huge interest in it, so I just stick to what I know.
Yeah, I know the other like anime stuff, like Sailor Moon and stuff, does pretty well too, and like all the stuff from our childhood that people either watch Pokemon or Sailor Moon when I grew up. So that's for sure. I'll play
For sure.
Pokemon online, but I get tired of a 9-year-old kicking my
I can imagine.
really does.
That would make for great content for me though. Is like,
Wait. Can you play online and have like a chat with them, kind of like when you play on Call of Duty? That'd be pretty funny if you have like the terrible.
probably not to that. I feel like Pokemon is not as lenient with what could be said in something
Oh
like
man,
that.
that'd be pretty funny if it was like toxic, like Call of Duty
Oh
trash talking by
yeah,
a 9-year-old. It's like you got
dude.
destroyed by my Magikarp.
I learned way too many words in Call of Duty lobbies.
Oh,
Like, wow.
especially like because I think probably me and you were playing like the same like MW 2 days like online. Yeah, those lobbies are not PC friendly. I'll tell you that.
Most of those words can't be used anymore. They shouldn't have been back then, but it's just the standards have changed. And like honestly, like I still play a little bit here and there, but I tried to. It's for the most part, I feel like it's calmed down. But if you go into a search and destroy lobby with open mic, it's just as bad. Still, it's like, dog, are we still on that? Like, I guess not everybody grew up.
And back then it was always by like high pitched like 8-year-olds too. And I'm like, where did you learn this? You can like you're in third grade. Where did you learn? First of all, how do you play so good?
And they're like, you
but
did what with my mom? I'm like, what? Stop! Don't say that.
Like, I don't think you knows what they're saying, but they did it. Like the new
crazy
DBZ
times.
cards.
Yeah, the new DBZ. I've actually been. I'm gonna buy a box. There's actually in one of the new DBZ sets. There's a card. It's like a Super Saiyan God card. I don't really know how. I don't know the ins and outs of the TCG there as much as I do Pokemon. But I was looking at it on TCG Player, and there's that card goes for like $2,000, and it's in a new box. That's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah. That's probably best that there's no chat.
Belisar horse cards from a Dutch company that stopped selling years ago.
Oh wow!
I would never have guessed that horse cards would be. But hey, everybody has their own thing, man.
There's some interesting. Most recently, there's a Jackass TCG, like collectible, and you can get like autos, like from like Johnny Knoxville
from like the movie.
Yeah, and like the TV show, like you can get like Johnny Knoxville. Like someone literally, Killer Cards sent me an auction. It was like $180 for a booster box. I might just buy. Like I feel like the community, like everybody buys a pack for like $6-7. Like
just to get like a chance for something. Yeah.
It's just switching things up a little bit, and like that DBZ. I've actually done a little bit of Magic at a zoo. And then the other ones there's some older. There's a Wizards of the Coast produced a Simpsons TCG and a Harry Potter TCG that both go for, decent, not like crazy money, but so.
Yeah, I find like weird old cards quite a bit at yard sale. I found like X-Files the other day. I found Aladdin cards, like 180 trading card, Aladdin. So like probably, I know back in the 90s, they made it for almost everything. Like it doesn't matter what you were into, they made cards for it. So
I mean, that's and honestly, it all stemmed from the 90s baseball boom of like, like they call that the junk era of sports cards, because it's more or less kind of what's happened in the last year with Pokemon, of like everyone's into it, and then everybody they print it to the moon. Nothing is actually rare. It's a little bit different, and also I don't worry about it as much because back then they didn't have the internet, so like you were kind of limited to your local area and like conventions, more or less. Like eBay wasn't really a thing until the late 90s, so like people are like, oh, it's going to come down, and it's not. It's going to go up and down, like we said, just like the stock market. But like the floor is way up here now because of the internet and because of Facebook groups and because of eBay and all that stuff. So
reseller TCG. There you go. That's an idea, Ray.
So I don't know if you've heard my idea about this. You know my Nalter packs. I can't remember if you bought Nalter. Yeah, you bought a few before.
I my last whatnot, I did Pokemon Choose, and I sold a couple of them from there.
Perfect.
I told Rachel not to tell you, so I'm hoping she didn't tell you.
No, that's good.
One of them won for like $14, so I was like, hey, there you go.
Yeah. So my goal with those, my main goal with those is to get, pack fresh cards into the hands of people, but still give people the opportunity to feel like they're opening a pack, because you can buy the cards on eBay, but everybody knows that you could do that now. That's not as fun. But my expansion that I want to go with this is I actually think that it would be really cool to do some custom cards where it's people that are in the community, like Rachel and her Pikachu, And then, me and Blaziken, or me and Luca, or, Gabby and Geodude, because she likes Geodude for some reason. So like
it's a weird one to like.
But then we get Philly. We get Philly and his Farfetch'd, of course, and we have like a base hollow. We have like
you better spell Farfetch with a PH too.
Of course.
Okay.
Whatever you want. And then we get some. But the cool thing is that we would have some alternates that are like 1 out of 5 that we could actually numbered, and then I would send to you. I would send those cards to you for you to autograph. You get to keep one of them, like number 1 out of 5, and then the other 4 get randomly inserted into my repacks. And so like I'm trying to figure out like.
Ray, get on that. Ray, reseller version, go start now. Quit watching the stream and get to it, Ray. Ray is like the forward thinker of the community. He knows what's.
I mean, I'm working. Like I said, I'm working on it. I got some stuff behind the scenes, but listen, I'll pay you. I gotta pay you to use your likeness so I don't get hit with a lawsuit.
It's good. It's a good idea. I bought a blaster of historic autographs, Washington Chronicles today. I pulled a relic card as it was document held by what?
Yeah, that's
pretty crazy.
I don't know that side of it as much, but there actually is some like baseball cards where it's literally like Abraham Lincoln auto, like a document that he signed of like his mortgage, and like they somehow get it in a card. Like that's actually kind of sweet.
I guess people that like history want to get the cards. Actually, that's insane.
Mm-hmm.
Ray got golden grocery cards. They probably worth some money after Betty White died.
True.
Speaking of 90s, I found some sealed. I guess he meant Pogs in a cardboard sheet today. Go to Did you ever play Pogs before? Or that before your time?
I don't think so. It means something new now. On Twitch.
That's not what it means. This is like those like cardboard like things when you're like.
I feel like I have a very faint memory of this.
All right, I'm gonna show you a picture. I'm surprised you don't know what these are. Disappointed, actually. Not even surprised.
Sorry.
Disappointed.
Sorry, I was born too late.
Disappointed you. Looks like this.
Yeah. I have a very faint memory of. I feel like this was like. I mean, when do you think this was big?
Late 90s, I would guess.
So yeah, I was too busy collecting Pokemon.
So we got they got Michael Jordan. There's a Coke. There's Sprite, Mortal Kombat, like all that kind of stuff. I'm disappointed.
I'm sure I probably had them or knew them at some point, but
you're making me feel old, Nate. I don't like it.
Sorry.
I don't like it. My age is showing. Older than 28.
You're 31?
I was.
32? All right, so we're not that. I mean, you're 4 years older than me. We could have almost gone to high school together, so it's not like it's like that crazy.
When did you graduate high school? 12?
2016.
How we go to?
Or 2012. 2012. Sorry.
I was like, what?
Yeah, sorry. 2012. College was 2016.
I was like, dang. Like, did you get held back 4 years? High school that hard in Minnesota.
I'm not a doctor.
Okay, makes sense. His target or his old autos. It even has hair strands of historical figures. What kind of dirt relic from I feel like I want to get into this historical pack break. Can you do one on your channel?
Yeah, let's do it.
I want some strands from like Abraham Lincoln's hair. Can you get those in the card?
Oh, I got a new dream. That just made me think of something. My new goal is I want to do a box break of historical documents with Nicolas Cage. We have the Declaration of Independence.
What's up, Wheels? I'm 33, and I remember you weren't cool if you didn't have Pogs. Yeah, in Ukraine, we had Pogs in Ukraine. It was like the cool thing back then. Like we didn't have Pokemon there.
Where would you get them?
Like a grocery store or whatever.
Were they in like packs?
Packs. I think I might be mistaken, but I think we have like mine came with like gum and stuff. If you would like buy snacks or something, it would be with it. And you would have no clue where it is. I remember that's where I got mine. All right, tell me real quick.
Yeah.
What is the best fast food restaurant?
Taco Bell.
Why is it Taco Bell?
Baja Blast. Next question.
Also, did you try the new one? You posted it on your story.
Yes, the new. Excuse me, sorry, my eye just twitched. Yes, new Mountain Dew available at Buffalo Wild Wings, exclusive called Pokemon Legend or not Pokemon. Oh God, God, it's infiltrated my brain. Mountain Dew legend, and it's very similar to Dark Berry or like the Dark Knight flavors back when in like 2006, 2007 era. My review of it was
like
that
a voltage, like close to a
not
voltage.
quite. It was more. That was more of like a blue raspberry. This is more like it's like a darker, and like not as sweet, which I actually like. Like it's still sweet because it's Mountain Dew.
Oh, Courtney said absolutely not Taco Bell. By the way, that was.
I mean, like
not to you.
Here's the thing. I have a love relationship with Taco Bell in the sense that
just love,
not
even a love hate.
I don't hate it, but I'm not going to Taco Bell before 10 p.m.
Well, yeah, that makes sense.
So like,
who goes there before 10 p.m.?
No, I don't know.
D-gens.
I'm just saying like Taco Bell is like my I guess you could, if you want to call it a guilty pleasure. Like
that's a good point. Her last name is Chalupa.
No way. Stop. Legend. Can I get an auto?
Right? Isn't your last name Chalupa? Wait, I think I feel like I may be mistaken. I know it was something in the menu. I want to say it's Chalupa, but I could be wrong.
If that's true, I'm gonna. Can I get an autograph on my whatever? That's amazing.
That's her last name. Yeah. Chalupa.
Oh my gosh.
Courtney Chalupa. How cool is that? That's like the coolest name in the world.
That's awesome. Huge fan. Huge fan. I guess let me say non-Taco Bell since that's kind of my joke answer, but serious at the same time. I would probably, and now we're gonna debate, what's fast food because I think it has to have a drive-through to be considered fast food.
I agree. Yes. Because
other places are like, oh God, what would I do? Maybe
like people consider like Domino's and Pizza Hut fast food. I don't think that's true.
I'm thinking like some people have like said like Chipotle is like, and I'm like, no, that's fast casual. It's different.
Someone say Chalupa.
Someone say Chalupa. Hey, homeschooling pick. You did one of these with her, right?
Yes, she's like my
best
friend.
I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure I watched that one.
Yeah, did you sub to her?
I think so. Yeah.
No, I don't think you did. I feel like
go back and I can't remember, but I will if I didn't.
No, I want Chalupas. See what you did, Courtney? Everyone's Chalupas now. Look at that.
Well, and the best thing is my chat knows how much I love Taco Bell. So like, if I'm like, oh, I'm gonna get Taco Bell tonight, and then like sometimes someone will literally donate $10 and be like, here, go get Baja Blast, and I'm like, God bless you, thank you so much.
So we have in the community we have these people who have a podcast called Trash to Cash podcast, and they record every Sunday. And one of them, his name is Dave. He's not here right now. He's there. Goes by NC Picker. And last Sunday he was in the mood for Baja Blast, so he went to his Taco Bell and they were sold out. So he called every Taco Bell around him, and there was one 35 minutes away that had it. He drove 35 minutes there and back for Baja Blast.
I would 100% do that, and I probably have.
You condone that?
100%. If you have that if you have the craving, go get it. Go get what you want in life.
That's crazy.
Me and my roommates before I was married, we one time drove 2 hours up north to go to our favorite pizza place, and then just drove right back.
That's like Harold and Kumar stuff right there, man.
Yeah, we have a lot of fun. I mean, I listen. I missed the boat. If I was still living with my roommates, I'd be vlogging every day, and I'd be chilling with MrBeast.
I retweet that right there. I retweet that.
All right, honestly, I got other things to do right now. Listen. Even your freaking color of our names and whatever is Baja Blast color.
That's my favorite color. But
then you
Baja, okay. I'm gonna say Baja Blast tastes like fancy mouthwash. That's what it tastes like.
I suddenly lost interest in whatever this is.
I like Mountain Dew, but I don't like Baja at all. And the crazy thing is, like, I like the new one, Sweet Lightning. I don't know if you ever had that. I think that's really good. That
Sweet Lightning? That's a dew flavor?
Yeah, it tastes like peach, which is like tastes really good.
I haven't had that.
I'm a huge fan of Code Red. I could drink Code Red by the gallon.
Yeah. No, my original was, I mean, obviously I love the original flavor. My older brother put me on to Livewire back in the day. Then I graduated.
Man, I miss Livewire.
Livewire is still out there. I'm going to send you one. Then Vivid Voltage. Oh my God. I'm literally my Pokemon brain.
Vivid Voltage.
Dude, Voltage. And then Game Fuel.
I love that rainbow chunk of Pikachu flavor, man. So listen,
get ready for that video when I drop it. It's going to be the best video I've put out. But and then Game Fuel, the OG Game Fuel and OG Voltage had real sugar in it. Now they have aspartame, and it's not the same.
The OG Game Fuel was so good. And
Oh
you have
my gosh,
the resealable can,
yeah,
that like wouldn't lose its flavor.
Yeah.
They changed a lot. But also, this guy right here, Krillin, lives in Long Island. He lives by Taco Bell. He just every day he goes. He already has they already know what he's getting the whole time. He calls it number 6 chicken all the way. That's his thing. So that's his order. They all know him by name there. Big Taco Bell guy.
That's awesome.
But he gets
one of us.
He gets
one
a Diet
of us.
Pepsi. He doesn't get Baja Blast.
So I'm going to give you an answer, not Taco Bell, just for the sake of conversation here and to keep the peace with the chat right now.
Chick-fil-A.
I do like Chick-fil-A. I'm not going to put it as my top. I would say, and I don't know if you've ever even had it, I would probably, either Shake Shack or Culver's, which Culver's is a Midwest
Never
thing,
had Culver's.
which it's like, In-N-Out is only West Coast, and the South has like something else. Like we have.
I might lose credit for this, but I think In-N-Out's overrated.
Listen, I've only had it a handful. It's a special treat.
I've only had it once, but I didn't like it.
I actually do, and here's the thing: you and Rachel agree on that. Rachel's from California and also thinks the same thing. I don't know. It's all about like expectations.
I think like Five Guys is better.
That's fair. I would also argue it's a different kind of burger and it's a different kind of experience. I might just say more about your flavor profile than it does about which one's better or not in terms of like an actual like pound for pound burger.
Do you like Mexican pizza from Taco Bell?
So I don't think I've ever had the Mexican pizza. If I did, it's been years. I'm getting it this weekend though. I'm getting it on Sunday. It comes out.
I figured somebody was gonna. I'm sorry, Courtney. I lost Courtney.
But In-N-Out?
Yeah, I lost somebody. Yeah. Anyone remember Jolt Cola?
Jolt Cola, not all the sugar, twice the caffeine. I'm in. Now I've evolved into mostly just drinking coffee, which is.
Wait. Say coffee again.
Coffee.
Did you say coffee?
Coffee. What do you say?
Coffee. Like a normal human being.
Oh,
but wait, do you say water too?
That sounded like New York grandmother.
Do you say water as well?
Water.
Coffee
I got a boat.
water.
Where's my boat? Boat.
Do people say boat differently? I don't really know.
Apparently, people rip us for how we say boat with long O's.
Boat. Now that I think about it, it sounds pretty funny.
Boat.
So Kayla agrees Culver's is good.
All right. At least listen. Like I said, I needed to get back in touch with the chat and after we lost on Taco Bell. So I'm glad we could agree on that.
The other one you said was Shake Shack.
Yeah, I would say Shake Shack. Gabby and I go there a lot. Some of them have drive-throughs, not all of them. We have one here that does have a drive-through.
Did he say Paul say thumbnail? Thumbnail? Did I say that wrong? Thumbnail?
Thumbnail? Where's the H?
Thumbnail?
Oh.
I can't say H's. I'm from Ukraine.
All right, fair enough.
Where is this guy from? He doesn't like how you say it.
I'm from
Curlin's
Canada.
from New York, so he can say it properly. Yeah, he's from Minnesota.
I'm from Minnesota.
In-N-Out all day. And again, it's one of the few places that's safe for me to eat because I have celiac and they can't.
Is In-N-Out gluten-free?
Maybe they have gluten-free options.
Probably.
Also, I'm sorry for your. That sucks. I wouldn't be. If I was celiac, I wouldn't be able to survive. I'm gonna be honest with you. There's celiac, and what's the one you can't have dairy? Lactose.
Yeah.
Intolerant. I wouldn't survive on both. I need. Chick-fil-A is never fast food. Oh, Krillin, you're wrong. Even if it's long lines, they move.
Well, and also right now, I've been going less lately, but in the month of May, my local Chick-fil-A has free breakfast every day in the month of May. So you literally one free breakfast item, and it rotates weekly. So this week is the burrito, which is the best in the whole menu.
Yes.
So I went.
And what do you mean it's free? You just give it away?
Literally, you show up and they give you one item for free every day in the month of May. I don't think that's a national thing. I think it might. I mean, I'm sure others do it, but I don't know if it all happens at the same time.
That's crazy.
There's people that have way worse. I saw someone in the chat say I don't have a Minnesota accent. There's the farther north you go, the more you get the "Hey, you betcha." You want to come over for some tater tot hot dish? I can't even do it. So I'm not that far north.
Wow. So Chick-fil-A is the only like place I ever worked at.
Oh, really?
Like, fast food place. And the fact that I worked back there and still want to eat there kind of shows a lot about the company.
It's a good
as a
sign.
whole.
It's a good sign.
Because like I did the whole filleting. I butterflied those chickens back there. I fried them. I saw how it was made, and I still want to go back and eat. So it just shows how it's a clean environment back there.
Can comfortably say that most fast food places you would not be able to say that.
Yes, I heard stories about other places. They should not be.
Can I tell you a long-term vision for me?
Oh, how long-term? 5 years?
Less than 5 years. So okay. I know a few people. The largest Taco Bell franchiser in America is located about 10 miles from me right now, and I know people that work there. So my dream is to eventually get sponsored by Taco Bell. And at some point, my goal is to really, I don't want to copy MrBeast, but I'll take some pages out of the playbook, and I want to fill an Olympic-sized swimming pool with Baja Blast, and I'm going to swim through it. And maybe I can even get Michael Phelps to race me, because I've actually been told I have a similar body style to Michael Phelps. I've never actually tried competitive swimming, but in his older age, I like
it's like it's not like a hey, I might have this. It's a very like concrete. Sponsored by Taco Bell. I'm going to have 100%. I'm not full of Baja Blast. Michael Phelps is going to be there. It's a whole like detailed vision board. I like it.
Am I allowed to say PG-13 swear words?
Of course.
I was going to say because I don't have an idea. I don't want to half-ass it. I want to full-ass it. So like if you're going to do something, how it's like constantly like how can you take it one step higher? So we add Michael Phelps into an Olympic pool.
What is always what you say is why not us? Right?
Why not us? Why not? I mean, literally, someone out there that is in a less fortunate situation than you is going to go and be successful. So what's your excuse? Like, go out and get it. That's how I see it.
Oh, what's up, Matt? Matt's here, bearded PokeTuber. He's another reseller that likes Pokemon.
Hey, what's up?
One of us.
One of us.
He lives in Massachusetts by the harbor.
I've never been to Massachusetts. It's on my list.
He likes to eat chowder.
I'll have to go sometime.
Okay, so right here, Soda Cat said Chick-fil-A has the fastest drive-through in town, no matter how long. I retweet that. They're crazy. Like I don't know if yours is like this. Like ours has people outside with iPads coming up to your window.
Yes,
you could be like the 8th car in line, and everybody gets your order, and they're already preparing it.
Well,
like.
And I don't know if everyone has this or if this is just us because we have snow, but like in the winter, they literally have like a cover over the drive-through so that those people can stand outside in like these little like warming huts while they take your orders. Mm-hmm. Listen, they know what they're doing.
Yeah, ours have like if it's like raining, ours have like ponchos on and like. Oh my dang! Those people, they know what they're doing up there.
Yeah, no, and there's plenty. I know some people aren't a huge fan of everything that Chick-fil-A does, but like they have no one in this planet in the fast food industry does customer service better than them, and it's not even close.
And then there's a reason why they have long lines. We have one here, like it's like walking distance for me, and it's the same plaza as a Popeyes, and the Popeyes has no cars at it ever.
Yeah.
And Chick-fil-A has like 20 cars outside. It's like sometimes if I'm in a hurry, I'm like, all right, I'll have because Popeyes is still good. I like Popeyes quite a bit. It's like I'll have Popeyes, but
we
feel bad for him.
I've only had Popeyes like once, and I see someone else just talked about Raising Cane's. I mess with Raising Cane's. Raising Cane's is so good.
That's probably another. I've seen it when I was with Kayla in Kentucky. They have it there, but it's not on here. Sounds like it's good.
Yeah, no, it's crazy good. I mean, it's so simple. They literally only have chicken fingers in either 3, 4, or 5, or you can get 3 or 2 chicken fingers on a sandwich. That's their menu.
Oh, Courtney, you are walking a thin line here. Better than Chick-fil-A? Oh,
what?
Courtney.
What else? I want to hear more opinions from her.
I'm about to unsub from you, Courtney. That is.
I am very interested in what else.
Those Chick-fil-A guys look like air traffic controllers.
Yes, they do. They probably are. They could. I would put full faith in them to land a helicopter on top of their store.
Do you know those people make like $100,000 a year? The air
Yeah.
traffic controllers.
No, there's good. Oh, I thought you were talking about Chick-fil-A managers because they also
Oh,
do.
well, yeah, Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, but the air traffic controllers, I heard that's like I read an article last week where like surprising jobs that make 6 figures.
Yeah.
That was on there.
And
I was
you
shocked.
want to know why? Not a fun fact, but that's not very fun. My 4th grade teacher's son was an air traffic controller and had its leg run over by a plane and had it amputated. So that's
First of all, why? How did he not see the plane coming?
You know, I didn't, as a 4th grader, Paul, I was not really asking those types of questions. I was more so like, whoa, where'd the leg go? Like, you know, like that was
it's a big plane.
Yeah. But I mean, you know, a pilot doesn't see somebody, they start moving when someone, I don't know.
Well, no, I'm not talking about the pilot, I'm talking about the air traffic controller. How do you not see a big wheel coming your way? That's crazy.
So anyway, I at least understand why they get paid well, given that in theory, one slip up means
Raising Cane's is coming to Philly. Has that been blue check marked, Mike? If that's so, that is good. Is garlic bread good at Raising Cane's too? That's what Kayla said.
Is it garlic? I never thought it was garlic bread. I think it's just regular like toast or like it's not even like toast. It's just like regular bread. Maybe it's garlic bread.
We got people on a crazy train here.
I don't really have a Popeyes near me, but I do want to try their spicy chicken sandwich just because it literally set the internet on fire like 2 years ago.
Did you ever watch One Bite with Dave Portnoy, Barstool guy?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, like casual, like I see highlights on like
he does he does like pizza reviews and stuff, right? So he did a blind tasting once when the Popeyes thing, and he had Popeyes, Wendy's, and Chick-fil-A, and he tried the Wendy's first. He's like, hey, it's pretty good. Popeyes is like, oh, pretty good. Then he's like, try Chick-fil-A. He's like, whatever this is, leaps and bounds better than the other two. He's like, I don't know what to do, but this is leaps and bounds better, and that's how I feel.
Yeah, I don't really follow him like super closely, but I know the effect like that he has had. Like if he comes to your restaurant and gives you a good review, like which is very tough, but if he does, it's like literally like a Super Bowl commercial. Like you will never not be busy for a year after you get a good review from that guy. So
he did one a couple months ago in Brooklyn to like Luigi or something that was called, and it was like a hole in the wall. No one knew about it. Family owned, and he kind of said like, I feel bad about what I'm going to do because they're about to get swamped. And he gave him like a 9.2. It was insane.
Dang.
And he's like I feel so bad because they're about to get so many people now. They're gonna have to hire all this help, but this is one of the best pizzas I've ever had. And he gave him a 9.2, and apparently that company just blew up now, and they're people like calling asking them if they can like ship it to California and stuff. So it's crazy what he can. Again, it's just one guy. It's one guy's opinion.
Power of it. I mean,
so much.
It's same. MrBeast telling someone to go subscribe to a random channel, and 140,000 people do it. It's like it's crazy. What like when you actually have like true influence, what you can do, and you got it. That's why you got to use it for good. Plenty of people that get the fame and don't use it for good.
That's what he said too. New Haven, Connecticut is pizza capital, apparently.
Really?
Yeah. I've driven past a couple of times, never stopped, but apparently that's where all the good pizza is. I had a gluten-free garlic bread for dinner, and so far I'm surviving. More props to you, Abby.
I already have the YouTube account Nalter Deeds created with no videos, no subscribers. I've never linked it out anywhere. For eventually someday I will turn into just a straight up food YouTuber. So I'm ready for it.
Anybody that was my dream back in the day. Is like I wanted to travel the world and eat tacos, and I had a YouTube channel named Let's Talk About It. Like Let's Talk About
It. It's amazing.
It.
Yeah. Why'd you stop?
Well, it's not why I stopped. I never started. It was there. It was a pipe dream because my first places I would travel to were always like South America countries with like really good like Spanish food, which had amazing tacos. And I'm like, I should do videos about all these tacos that I'm going to. I never got along when I got around to it. Still there. I could quit my reselling business right now and just travel the world and eat tacos. Why not me, right?
I mean, I hope you're listening to yourself out loud saying that. I think that if you really thought about that and you really meant it, I would go for it.
Yeah, sure. Did you ever travel anywhere outside Minnesota?
I mean, yeah, I actually travel. I love to travel. I if I could, I'd be on an airplane at least once a month, which last year I almost was. I had 5 friends get married. I was in 4 weddings, but I went to 5 bachelor parties, which was fun, but also like very expensive.
Yeah.
I don't know. I try and travel as much as I can. Like I've been to a lot of places. I haven't been to the East Coast as much. So it's on my bucket list. But
Well,
Gabby's family's in
we
Florida.
gotta go yard selling together one
I
time.
know
Right?
we're going to. I'm looking forward to that day.
That better be on your bucket list.
100%. And then we should. What we should do? Let's post everything on my website instead of eBay, and then I will live stream sell it and open it live. I don't know. We'll find some way to collab like that.
So this is Kevin. This is one of the guys that's at VCon right now.
Can I drive you to yard sales tomorrow? I can't tomorrow. There's another weekend. I totally would.
Man, you don't know how big Kevin is. Kevin could blow up your channel. He's that big.
Listen, I know that name. I think probably just because you've tagged.
Some people say that he made my channel big. I don't think it
Ooh.
is, but that's what people could say. I'm just kidding.
Well, in that case, I will drop everything.
And this one in doubt parted out. People say he said it first, even though
You
on the
get
shirt
credit.
it says you heard it here first from Philly Flipper. So I don't know what that means, Kevin.
Listen,
But, yeah.
steal like an artist.
That's right.
Nothing. There's no such thing as original thought anymore. You just do something else and twist it a little bit.
He says that, Kayla. He says it.
Who says that? That's funny.
Did you ever travel outside the States?
A little bit. I've done some stuff like I guess I went on a cruise. I guess that's to the extent. I've been to Mexico a few times. I've been to no, that doesn't really count. I was planning on going to Greece and Italy for our honeymoon. We got married June, which coming up on 2 years, in 2 weeks. June 5th, 2020 was our anniversary. We were gonna go to Italy and Greece, but as we were planning that, COVID happened. Other than
some plans,
Italy was kind of the first place outside of China that got really bad fast. So we that quickly wasn't the thing. So we were going to go to Hawaii. Then you had to be there for 2 weeks in a hotel room before you could leave. So then we didn't do that. So we went to Sedona instead, which was awesome. I loved it. But
where's that? Is that Arizona?
Sedona, Arizona. Yeah, it's like an hour. I can't remember how long we drove. At least an hour and a half, maybe north of Scottsdale, Phoenix, Scottsdale. So my answer is I have not been to Europe. I really do. My family doesn't really travel that much, which I'm very much so not like them. But yeah, once Gabby gets out of school, our plan is to travel a lot more since I'll always have, a little bit more flexibility than her just because she's going to be in a doctor setting. But the good thing is that she's only going to be working like 4 days a week to start. So she'll have 3 days a week every week. And then eventually she wants to go down to 3 days a week, 12-hour shifts so that she has, the most amount of time free. And then we'll travel a lot more when that happens.
Yeah, that was my big thing before COVID. I probably took a break every 3 to 4 months and went to a random country for like 2 weeks. But ever since COVID, I haven't done it. And I miss it. It's very good for your mental health.
I agree. Well, I just I'm trying to put all the pieces together of what I really want to do on my main channel. And just I love going and meeting people, in the US. I'm sure I would love it just as much, if not more, outside of the US. That's why, I've met multiple people from my streams, delivering that Pikachu card. You'll see that video coming soon. I went to the Leonhard event and I got multiple people in Orlando that I went and said hi to. And I genuinely, I just love meeting people and doing fun stuff. And if I could be in a position where that could be more of a full-time gig and how do you weave that in? So I'm still kind of answering that question, and I think I'll probably have to do some trial and error.
Also, it's kind of hard if you think about YouTube ways for that thing to take off. It's a random hey, I met so and so and so and so. It's kind of hard for that video to blow up, right?
Correct. No, and that's what I mean. It's that in and of itself couldn't be the idea, but weaving that in as part of a larger concept.
Yeah, because I'm thinking the same way too. Because eventually I'm going to start traveling again too. But me saying, hey, here's day one in whatever, Guatemala, that video is going to tank on my channel. No one's going to watch that, right?
Yeah.
But if I say I'm going thrifting in a market in Guatemala or whatever,
Exactly.
That might work. But I can make it into a vlog series where I'm actually like showing you the whole country besides just the
Which
thrifting
I
part.
actually think that would, and this is actually something that I love the theory of YouTube. I love discussing all of the stuff that goes into it beyond just like filming, but like the ideas, the thumbnails, the titles, like the all of that stuff. Like I feel like because I've seen people that have done videos where it's like I spent $10,000 in the world's poorest country. Like not to say that you're going to do that exact thing, but like how far does what can I buy for $1,000 in a
Yeah.
whatever country garage sale or the equivalent that they have there. So
Yeah, and that's kind of like I've been thinking because I definitely want to implement that part, and I definitely don't want to start a new channel and say, "Hey, here's my vacation videos I'm going to post about once every 4 months about."
that's more of a personal vlog idea than it is like of you're going to blow up from it.
Exactly. It just and it's kind of like we talked about this a little earlier about how once you get going in YouTube, you get pigeonholed in a very specific niche that YouTube knows. And I like kind of the last week I kind of experienced this because I posted like an auction house video, then I posted like kind of like a reselling kind of tech video, then did a thrift store video. And then ever since that, my garage videos stopped performing well because YouTube had no, even for like 2 weeks straight. I took a 2-week break of garage sale videos, and YouTube was like, "Oh, we don't know who Philly Flipper is anymore. We don't know what he's doing." And then my garage sale videos didn't hit until like the last one again. So it's kind of crazy how like the algorithm is like a double-edged sword, I guess, right? You can know what, like if you figure it out, you're gonna grow really fast. But then once you go outside of it, you're pretty screwed.
Exactly, and that's kind of how I see things with like the Pokemon stuff. Like as far as like why I moved over from a different channel, like or to a new channel. Which not to say that you can't be big and successful with it, but I think that to some degree there's a cap. Which, if I was the #1 Pokemon card YouTuber, and I would be totally fine with that. Would be awesome. But like,
who's that? Is that Leon Hart right now? I think,
in the U.S., at least card based, yes. Unlisted Leaf out of Australia or New Zealand, I can't remember.
Oh, is he the one with the Poke suit?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I've seen him before. Yeah, he's huge.
Yeah. But yeah, him. There's a couple others that are pretty big that their videos are not performing as because like
see,
I've actually stopped watching a lot of YouTuber like Pokemon YouTubers just because the content has gotten so stale of like, oh my gosh, look, I pulled this, and it's like, okay, well, like shock value of like high valued things that we've now seen a million times over the last 2 years. Like for me personally, it doesn't do it for me anymore. Not to say that those videos are bad. Everyone's at a different stage in their collecting journey, and so like if you found them,
all channel right there, real
breaking Nate. He's an awesome dude. I've never chatted with him, but I've actually he followed me on Instagram after the MrBeast thing, which was pretty cool, and I've actually exchanged like a few messages with him. Yeah, he's cool. He's one of the biggest, and so I was actually going to meet up with him at the Leonhardt event, but then he was hosting for the second half of the day. And so he's actually going to be at Collecticon Dallas. So I'm hoping to at least, I'm not like trying to be, super buddy and like play like, oh, we follow each other, but like just at least go say hi because,
What's up, Tracy? No, but we have mentioned his name so much
that if you say it 3 times,
the algorithm should bless us. So this video should blow up, right? You keep saying MrBeast, something's going to happen.
Yeah. No, but the algorithm is definitely what you're saying. It's definitely a double-edged sword. The cool thing is like, you actually like a lot of viral videos. The percentage viewed, like, is of like how many people, like your best performing videos. A lot of times are going to be 90% people that are not subscribed to you.
Oh yeah.
So like, it's almost like to some degree, I would say subscribers don't matter. Like once you get in a really good like niche and you're rolling, like yes, like people will, but like. A lot of times your subscriptions don't even show up in your home feed. It's just
the only time it matters. I'm learning that now is when you want to work with ads. The ad companies for some reason care about that more than views, right? Even which makes no sense, but that's the only time like they kind of matter. But yeah, for sure, you get paid by views, not by subs. So there.
Yep. No, that's 100% true. I've had people reach out to do sponsorship videos and stuff, and I'm like. Like I don't know, like
on the Nalter Deeds channel, you should say yes to all of them. Man.
I mean, I have said yes to to one or two, but I'm just like, I don't know.
I'm like, do the guys not see my 700?
Well, that's what I mean. Is
video?
I'm like, no offense. Like, I don't necessarily feel bad, but I'm like, have you actually looked at my channel beyond the sub count?
Yeah. And a lot of times they don't. A lot of them, oh wow, 140K, let's go.
Yeah, exactly.
Here's a check. I'm surprised, man. If I was in your situation, I'd be saying yes to every single one.
I know. Maybe I will.
Well, forget to put this on pause. Yeah, I'll sell your.
Listen, you want to buy my channel?
Yeah, $1. Can we auction offer now? Starting at $1.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it for the chat.
Nalter Deeds, 140K sub channel.
140,000 subs. Most
you can make it whatever you want.
Old. Most of them are 17 years old with no real income. We'll start the bid at $1.
RPM is about $3, or CPM is about $3.
Right
I don't even know. What's the CPM like for a Pokemon card community? I didn't even know.
I don't even know either because, like I said, all of my revenue.
I guess it's probably small too, right?
My revenue doesn't come from. It's mostly memberships, super chats, and then the most of it comes from sales. So like honestly, I don't even pay attention to my. I could not. Let's see how much actual ad revenue I've made on Nalter cards. How do I search that without memberships?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know how to do that. All right, because that's going to be my playback base CPM in the last 30 days is $2.
That sounds about right?
Yeah,
it's based on the community that's watching, right?
And it's also like
even though I
put out
like yours
yours
breaks the mold because a lot of people that watch Pokemon cards are like younger and don't have money, but I feel like people that watch you are more like people my age, right?
Well, and that's what I'm saying is like I actually don't necessarily trust that number because I just looked at it for 90 days and it's actually $5 if you look at the last 90 days. So like
okay,
I've put out like maybe 3 uploaded videos in that time. So like I'm not like some people go back and watch streams, but primarily most people don't.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah.
But you plan on doing, you said, more long-term content.
Yeah, and I've been
even on the cards channel, not even on the main channel, right? Yeah.
Yeah, and like as of right now, I'm still all in on cards. Like I might like start to do a little bit more on the main channel just to kind of like, experiment. Like it's not that I've kind of lost sight that like this idea of like I'm just gonna all of a sudden know what I want to do and like that's gonna be my thing. I feel like it's gonna be more so like I have to try a few things and then naturally evolve into the content that I want. So, but for the cards channel, I'm going all in on like uploaded content. And I don't know if you've seen like the shorts that I've posted. They've actually been killing it on TikTok. Every single one of them has like, I posted like 7 videos and I'm up to like, I think I hit like 1,000 subscribers.
I think it helps that you're wearing shorts while doing shorts.
Exactly.
I feel like there's something there.
I think that's probably the main thing.
You mastered that one.
Listen, I'll appeal to anybody that, whether it's for the cards or whatever. So
people just watch for the calves. They're like,
I'm all
like, look at those jacked calves over there, man.
That's actually a prerequisite to be a successful Pokemon YouTuber. All the biggest Pokerev, Leonhardt, Deep Pocket Mon, all those guys are jacked. So if you're not in the gym, you can't be the gym leader, baby.
It'd be pretty funny. I would like, because Pokerev lives across the river from me. He lives really close. He lives in Jersey.
Really? Is he in New Jersey?
Yeah. He lives in, well, his P.O. box is Blackwood, New Jersey, which is like right across the river. Huh. It'd be pretty funny just to see him like in public once. Like, hey, I know who you is.
Yeah. No, he seems like a good dude. He was at the Leonhardt event. He had so many people like going up to him. I didn't really we were in line trying to get our pack the whole time, so I didn't really go on my way.
I heard that whole event was a disaster logistically.
Logistically, yes, it was. I think that the idea was a 9 out of 10 idea. I think execution was about a 3 out of 10. I think that I also like it was his first attempt at it, so I don't necessarily like I think he oversold it for what he could have done in event number 1. I think that it still could be a really successful event because even like Collecticon, it's the number 1 event right now for Pokemon cards, but it's also not only Pokemon. It's like Funkos, comics, voice actors from animes over the last 30 years. I think that if they had one that was specifically the largest Pokemon card event, he's probably the front runner, even if it wasn't the best event.
No, that makes sense. Then I definitely get it. All right, so we have a couple minutes left. We got the 2-hour threshold.
Perfect.
You kind of want to talk about what you said a couple minutes ago when you were saying like you're not sure what you want to do with your main channel, but you want to take a couple chances and just go for it. So like there's maybe some people in here that are maybe trying to start YouTube or trying to figure that out, and they're waiting to, I don't know, like get the perfect video or whatever. What kind of advice would you give them?
So I give this advice as someone that
Nick?
actively doesn't listen to my own advice. So I'm working on that. Also, what's up, Nick? We've been pretty good so far.
He's the what is his name when you're
the Wolf of Null
the Wolf of Null Street? Yes.
Yeah, and Todd Warren. Todd's here. What's up, Todd?
Oh, my man Todd. What's going on,
man? So my advice for that, I am a perfectionist, and the sense that if I don't feel 100% about it, I have a really tough time wanting to upload, and that has been my ultimate downfall, because I end up not uploading anything. And like baby steps, doing a million baby steps is going to get you so much farther than trying to just do massive Olympic leaps and bounds with, like, at least when you're starting out. Like, I think it changes as you grow and you figure out what you're doing. But because if you're listening to that Joe Rogan podcast with MrBeast, it's once you get to a certain point, you know what you're doing. You're improving every video. Your titles are legit. Your thumbnails are rock solid. Like, you're doing all of the right things. There becomes a tipping point where it's not as much about quantity as it is. Like, you could put in 40% more effort on one really good video and get 10x results than if you were to just try and put out a video like Leonhardt, to use like my specific niche example. Like, he was putting out 7 videos a week, then he was putting out 6, and he was putting out 5, and then he made an apology video. He's like, all right, I'm only going to put out 4 this week. And I'm like, dude, like, because like he's actively said like his channel is not doing as well. Like, Poker Rev and Deep Pocket Monster are growing way faster than he is right now, and his videos performance is not as good, because it's like, stop trying to put out the quantity that worked. Because back in the day, like 2016, 2015, like Casey Neistat daily vlog days, that was how you got big, was consistent uploads all the time. YouTube and the platform has changed in that one really good video is going to massively outperform 10 average or above, slightly above average videos.
Well, look like what's it, Mark Rover, right? He does one video a month. 40
million views every single time he uploads.
And it's kind of like a thing there too. Is like you kind of like and look forward to it, especially if you get to that point. Well, Mark Rover is also huge, but yeah, like that's kind of the thing. So I'm doing right now 3 a week, every 3-day video, but there's been some situations people actually haven't realized that, which is kind of cool. Well, like I do it like every 4 days because I don't like how it turned out. So I go back and I change a couple things. So I'm not doing that. I'm not putting a video unless I'm happy with it, even though I have like a schedule for it. And I feel like that's something that there's some people that in this community, I want to name any names, but they have like 500 subscribers for 2 years now. And they put out the same video every single day. And then they complain that YouTube hates their channel because it's not growing. And I'm like, well, maybe you should look into what you're putting in and see, is there a difference from what I did now that I did a month ago, that I did 3 months ago, I did it 6 months ago? And if the answer is no, maybe that's a problem.
Yep. No, and that's, you know, I keep using MrBeast because obviously that's where my situation came from. But like, he's like, if you put out the best video that YouTube has ever seen and you had 0 subscribers, there will, you know, maybe I don't know if that's too extreme, but like you have 100 subscribers and you put out the best video that has literally ever been put out on YouTube, it will go mega viral. Like, there is all, like, you have to be so much more critical of yourself than anybody else, because and ask people that are in your niche that are doing well. Like, you know, obviously your channel is growing. Like, even if you've had a few 10s in a row or whatever, like, you know, when I first started talking with you, I think you were at like probably 3,000 or 4,000. And so, like, you know, that's not like overnight success, but like, it's also what I've learned through my whole process is that organic growth is valuable because you can scale with it, and like you actually know what you're doing along the way as you grow, so you can sustain larger growth. But like, people actually like you for you, and that is not something that you get from like a single video. It's something you have to earn, and you keep coming back from. But like, I promise you, every single video, and I'm not saying that I'm perfect. My videos are not perfect. I'm saying this as someone that's also in that journey. Every single video that any one of us has ever uploaded could be 10x better. Like, there is a way. Sure. you could make it better every single time. And the other thing I will say, and I've said this a few times now, not enough people spend 2 or 3x more time on your thumbnails than you're currently doing right now. Because your titles and it's the window to the soul of your video. Your video could be a 1 out of 10 on your YouTube studio, but no one gets there because your title sucks and your thumbnail is like a really like fast picture you took that you're like, oh, that was cool. But like, you have to think through this stuff through the lens of like psychology of what is going to get someone to click. And like, it's not about like clickbait is a term that gets thrown around in this a lot. It's clickbait is only bad when once you're on the hook, you're not getting what you were promised.
You're not delivering. Yeah,
you're not delivering on what you promised with your title and thumbnail. So that's my thing is like, if you really want to improve, if you think your videos are solid and you're just not getting views, and I actually do this. I don't actually start filming a video until I at least have a title and I have an idea of what my thumbnail will be. If you can't picture those before you start the video, it's not worth making the video.
And for people, like, especially in my niche, right? Because the reselling niche isn't that big on YouTube. So if you want to grow, you kind of have to go outside of it.
Yep.
And there's no way you're going to grow outside of it if you don't have a catchy title or a good thumbnail, because a regular Joe Schmo is not going to care about what I got at a yard sale unless I make it appealing to him, right?
Yep.
So, and that's like kind of the key too, is like you said, you can have the best video, but if you have a terrible thumbnail, no one's going to be clicking on it. And that is, and that's one thing that stuck out with the MrBeast video interview with Rogan. So he said he would spend like days with like in a Skype group studying 4 different thumbnails and why one hit, why didn't, and talking about like font and colors and sizes and where the eyes are looking. It's like all these like crazy little intricate things that you don't even think about.
Yep.
He would be doing that, and I'm like, dang, that's
that's
crazy.
and if you are someone that, you know, you're making money from your actual sales, so like YouTube is something more that like you're kind of like you're doing alongside it, but like it's not your main source of income, so you probably have some level of income that you could put towards something like this. If you yourself are not a graphic designer, not that you even necessarily need to be successful, you just need to have some basic skills, but like you could hire someone for $25 a thumbnail or $50 a thumbnail and like just almost more or less like not worry about it, like to some degree, at least like outsource some of the things if you can afford it that you are not an expert in, so that you can focus on the things that you are. That's another big philosophy for me. And
then you can also down the line figure out what they're doing that's working and stop paying them and just do it yourself.
No, absolutely. And like not to say, again, I don't want to say that I have it all figured out, but like I have graphic design experience. Like I have that, like, and I'm thankful for like, you know, getting to this point of like, I had video experience, I had Photoshop, I know Illustrator. So like more or less any creative venture I want to go into, like I can at least sustain myself for a while until I get to a point where I can hopefully at least hire somebody.
Yeah. I've had people reach out to me also, like request to edit my videos and stuff. And I know that was saying you have so much time doing other things if I have an editor, but then I'm just always afraid to lose the, like, how do they know which part to cut out? You know, how do they know which part to keep when I'm doing yard sales? How do they know which story I want to say? And that's kind of what's keeping me from doing it, because I had people reach out to me that actually like with my business email, and I've seen their work and they do a good job, but it's like how do I know that you want to? Because it's not just like that. I keep some things for interactions and videos. I keep some things because it's a cool thing. I keep some things because I missed something. And if they're not in my niche, how would they know that, oh, he wanted to keep that part? And if I'm going to have to watch the video and say, hey, I want this, I might as well just edit it myself. You know, that's kind of where I stand.
And I think that that's a good mindset to have to a point. And then at some point, I think it's a matter of short-term pain, long-term gain of like, you know what, you might have to handhold, you know, you're going to go through the footage with them for the first few videos, and it's going to require more time on your front to begin. But then at some point, you're better off in the field. You're better off like actually going into the sales. You're actually better off doing your thing. So like in a perfect world, you get all of your footage, you post it while you're still at your 200-mile garage sale, and you already have your editor that's, you know, maybe not the whole video yet. So like that's what people are doing that, you know, take it to the next level. So, you know, I think that it's the pride in all of us that it's our baby and no one knows our baby and loves our baby more than we do, which, you know, I think you also have to, you have to at some point, if your goal is to massively grow, you do have to let go
yeah, for sure.
pieces of it.
Oh, yeah.
So
like MrBeast is not editing his video. Yeah.
No,
definitely true. Yeah.
I mean,
I
but he did for a long.
there.
But he did for a long time. He had 300,000 subscribers editing on his iPhone before he quit. So like,
it's crazy. Yeah. All right. This was a lot of fun. I think I gotta bring you back because we just touched. Just have David. No thanks. No thanks. Dave's the guy I talked about who traveled 45 minutes for Baja Blast. That's the.
Let's
Dave.
go. I love Dave. Dave's my guy.
That's the guy. All right, Nate. Thank you so much for coming on. I feel like we should have you back maybe in the fall or something.
I'm in.
You might have to like increase your rate then. I don't know. I have to be more than I'm paying you this time.
Just renew your name. Just renew your big sexy name on my site, and we're good.
That's okay. That works for me. If you guys like Pokemon cards, go give them a sub. If you guys like, I don't know,
Taco Bell, Baja Blast.
If you like MrBeast burgers and people giving their play button to their moms, go sub to Nalter Deeds. There we go.
Yeah, so, hold on. Yeah, let me grab this. Gotta flex this. I haven't looked at this in like 3 months. There we go.
Man, that's
listen, you want one?
Man.
Listen, I'll send it to you. You can put it on eBay.
Can I cross it off and put you flipper there?
Honestly, God, I don't even I swear I don't care about that thing. I would if I had a good video idea of like giving it away for something, I 100% would. I want to because I didn't really earn that one. I want to earn my next calves.
See, tell you, people notice, man.
Listen, it doesn't bother me why people are watching as long as they are.
Nate's a basketball shooter. You got to get good calves to get the jump shot up. That's for sure.
Yes, sir.
Kayla, you're almost there. Kayla's going to get there soon. I think Kayla's like 35,000 subscribers.
That's awesome.
It's coming.
No, I know. There's I know your community is awesome. There's a lot of really good people. It seems like.
Yeah, most of us are good. And there's like Tracy Parks and stuff.
I'm glad to see that the shade is not limited to just my streams.
Yeah. Did you like that we spent like 2 hours and I didn't once talk bad about your sports teams? By the way, can we just talk?
I mean, it was the expected. It was the expected option. So
I held back.
I think. Listen, how about this? When the Wolves come to Philadelphia, or actually, I mean, I've got Wolves tickets. When the Sixers come here, you want to fly to me? We'll go to hit some garage sales and we can watch Embiid, son, cat for 2 hours. Yeah,
be Embiid and you gotta trade for somebody else now. I don't even know.
Yeah, Harden's
not the answer. All right. All right, guys. Thank you so much for coming. We'll see you guys next week again here. Nate streams like every 2 days for 8 hours, so you guys can go catch him there. Even if you don't like Pokemon cards, just go. We
got good fun. People, good vibes.
It's good vibes. He plays the Taco Bell every time a new card gets hit. He has a money gun that he flexes. It's a lot of fun.
Everybody subscribe to Philly Flipper. Woo!
Yeah, see, there we go.
Let's go.
There we go. All right, guys.